recording. Record. Third time's a charm. Can we get the name right?
Get it right. Third time's a charm.
Oh my goodness
Oh.
gracious!
I didn't mean to do it that hard.
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
You did.
Sorry.
I bought these for you.
These are the nice Guinness glasses.
These
that
are the
he
these
bought
are the nice Guinness
Those
glasses.
are nice, and I
bought them.
appreciate it.
I bought them in
you.
England.
You didn't do that.
I went to a store in St. Charles, Missouri.
Which is
that
also
England
like
themed.
once removed from England in the St. Louis County.
Did you say St. Louis? Do you know that I'm from St. Louis?
No.
Not even a minute in.
I always have to mention it. You know, I always have to say a little something about
I
it.
feel like okay. Let's introduce ourselves first,
Okay.
or yourselves.
Well, everyone knows.
Everybody
us.
knows. Well,
Of
it's
course.
not so much about who we are. It's more so about, you know what?
Man.
You know something?
What?
You really should drink more.
The podcast.
We're back, everybody. Again. This is our third take of this episode. We've had technical difficulties throughout the duration.
I've been an idiot. I don't want to hear
You know the
it.
saying.
Okay. Third time's a charm.
That's not how it goes. Third time's the best.
Third time, yeah. Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's usually the case with like movies.
I thought third was the one with the treasure chest.
Do I have it wrong?
First is the worst. Second is the best. Third is the one with the treasure chest. That's how it goes.
I should read more.
Third is gray. Fuck your mother. That's how it goes, I think.
What? That
Is that how it
doesn't.
goes?
No.
Okay.
That's all you could think of.
Well,
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
we are on our fourth
Yeah.
episode now. So,
This is episode number 4.
and like we said in the previous recordings that you will never ever be able to hear, this is a very special episode.
It is. It's a special one. You know why?
Why?
Because we have our first guest.
Yay! Cue the audience applause.
Cue the laugh track, the audience applause track. Play in the back.
Yeah.
Our first guest is none other than our third roommate, Mr. Grant Matlock.
Our friend and roommate.
I was gonna say,
Friend and roommate.
just a roommate.
He's our friend and
Friend and
roommate.
roommate,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, he has another qualifier on top of that.
Grant.
This is Grant, everybody.
And
So good to have you.
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here, and I have an idea, a
Hmm.
proposition.
Sure.
You need to drink every single time you mention St. Louis,
Ooh, that I can agree to this.
because it's going to happen.
It will.
Nuh-uh.
Some of us
No.
are from small town bumfuck Missouri, and some of us are from
Did you know that I'm from St. Louis?
St. Louis.
There you go.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're following the rules like a good boy.
Good boy.
that
That was a loud cough.
wasn't
Holy
bad.
crap.
Sorry, no, it was a
That was a very loud
reaction to
cough.
the phrase.
Okay, well, do we need to do our shots now?
You know, it really is that time.
Now we finally have the recording all figured out. I
Finally.
don't think I'm streaming on my Twitch anymore.
We're not. So,
Yes.
okay, let's before we continue, let's recap what happened. So, first of all, we weren't recording. It just
cut out.
It just cut out and stopped recording, right?
I clicked the play button instead of
Yes.
the. Well, I clicked the play button instead of the record button. So we talked for like a minute and a half, and I didn't even realize that it wasn't recording.
Okay.
us.
That happens. And then the second time, for the video part, you accidentally hit.
Streaming. I hit start streaming instead of start recording for the video. So I was accidentally streaming on my Twitch channel.
Wait, so on your Twitch account, it's gonna have like a short video of just it's like archived. That's
So it does still
awesome.
exist.
you can still go
It
watch
will
it if you
still
want
That's
to.
why I said we could just save the video on Twitch, and I could just download that and slice them together. But
Just look up on Jake's Twitch, which isn't just like what
it's just my name.
it's just Jake Barbarash. Look that up on Twitch, and you'll find our short little video.
That
And a
and
plethora of entertaining gaming content.
Yes.
there's not that much, honestly. I've deleted a lot of it. So
That's a
unfortunately.
shame. All those Minecraft videos, you deleted them.
There's good stuff on there.
Oh my gosh! So what are we drinking here?
Well, Jake, you tell us what you're drinking.
I'm drinking a Jim Beam bourbon, which is a very light bourbon, so I'm not gonna taste much. So I like that.
Weak.
You could say so.
Guys, I've almost thrown up like 3 times on this podcast from taking the shots. I just hate shots.
Weak.
Disappointing. I love shots. Grant and I are drinking the same thing. Grant, what
I
do you
had
have?
no decision in this.
He did not. I bought it for him.
I, as was Blakely, am drinking an American honey whiskey, right? It's
Correct.
whiskey?
It's whiskey. It is all American bourbon,
Birdman.
but with the duck Birdman on the front.
And Blakely, I've never seen Birdman. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
It's a
But I
good
have
movie.
seen
It's a great movie.
It's a really good movie.
It's a really cool sort of meta movie about Michael Keaton
Yeah.
playing a character who played a superhero a long time ago, but then they made a third movie that wasn't so successful
Batman.
because he played Batman.
And it's like
Oh,
filmed all
and
in
also
one take.
because
It's it's one of those all in one take movies. Yeah.
And because of the founder.
I guess McDonald's Man, yeah.
Sure.
I have seen that movie.
Okay.
It's great.
But yeah, the Birdman's a great movie. I've never seen it, but it's a good movie.
You haven't seen Birdman?
Nope.
Am I the only one that's seen Birdman?
You're the only one that's ever seen anything.
Oh my god, it's so good. Well, cheers, boys.
Mhm.
Delicioso.
That's actually very nice. My mouth is watering, but
I hate shots.
Jake doesn't like Jim Beam, apparently.
I don't like shots.
I know Jim. He's a cool guy.
you know what? I'm actually gonna get some water after that. It's very nice, but
It's very smooth, very sweet, very good. Sweet whiskey.
Well, this is a special episode. It's also a very sad episode.
Why is that?
We ran out of tissues.
Ah, shit.
Also, Bill Clinton's dead.
No, we're not doing this joke again. We did this on.
Okay, so
the
on
first
take
episode.
2 of the now discarded version of this episode.
tissues.
Oh shoot, there are tissues right there.
Oh, we're not out of tissues. We have more.
Yeah, I'm not going to get those. We're
Okay.
just gonna raw dog it this time.
Oh,
Well-
why don't you want to grab those? The ones right next to your bed. What's wrong with those?
They're on my PC.
Well,
they're far away
They're
from
next to
my
his bed. Those
They're
are his,
within arm's reach.
Those are his special tissues.
My
I will
parents
not-
listen to this.
And so do mine, and that's
So,
fine.
I'm sure mine are too.
We normally have a set of square box tissues right next to our wonderful Lubriderm lotion.
I've
But
never used
we have engaged in the act of self-love a little too much, and now we have run out of tissues, I'm afraid.
There's actually a bunch of boxes in the bathroom. Is this a bit?
Oh, that's true. There are a bunch of boxes in the bathroom. I totally forgot about
actually,
that.
There's
Oh,
actually
wow.
about 8 boxes.
No
in
shit.
the
I
bathroom.
totally forgot. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oops.
Doesn't
My bad.
matter.
For
Those are
context,
for-
context of the joke,
That's
Yeah.
true.
we have no tissues.
We have no tissues.
I'm sorry. I'm still. Give me a second. You guys talk because I'm still processing from. that
Jake is still
shot.
recoiling.
I'm still like feeling the whole motion of it.
Really?
It's actually I've never
It,
had
it
American
didn't
honey.
burn my throat at all.
It didn't burn my throat, but like
No.
I like feel I feel good.
You feel
after.
warm and
Yeah.
sweet, yeah. Which is
It's
funny
not like
because we were at my former place of employment, your guys'
Mhm.
current
Yes, yes.
earlier. Which have we revealed that on the podcast yet?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Have we?
I think I've said Cheddar's once or twice.
Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen here in Springfield, Mo.
Yep.
That's who's listening.
Yeah, no, shout out Cheddar's crew because they're for sure listening. There's a couple of them are at least. Yeah, we have a few loyal people who listen to us.
Jacob.
Yeah,
I
no,
hope so.
Jacob
I
is
hope so.
listening to us.
I hope so.
Shout out Jacob Smith. I miss you, brother. I hope to.
name him, but
I am full naming him.
the IRS might come after him.
He is very he does hate the IRS for
He
sure.
full names people every
I full name
time.
people. Oh
We need a-
yeah,
We
no,
need a bleeper.
dude. Listen, there's like 3 people in the country named Jacob Smith. Yeah, I'm sure that's real hard to find.
It's true. That's very true.
So I think he'll be.
drop a place of employment too. And that narrows it down a little
That does
bit.
narrow it down.
That
a little
does-
bit.
And you
yeah.
have revealed what city we're in.
Yeah, that does narrow it down. I guess.
So there's
Well, you know what?
you silly goose.
I don't give a shit. Love you, Jacob. If you get doxxed, I'm sorry. That's all.
And
man.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Um,
For the 4 people that listen to this podcast, if you would like to send a pizza to Jacob Smith,
No.
go for it.
no, there's 5 because I'm sure
There's 5.
5 or 6 because I know my parents are probably gonna listen
Oh,
to this
okay.
now. So you have
Keith
one
and
more.
Jennifer Lynn.
Yes. Oh my
They're
goodness,
listening.
Please.
Full named them again. I'm
No, I
gonna have
didn't.
to start bleeping these.
said the first
Please,
names.
yes, please do bleep out all of these. It'd be funny.
I have to upload this tomorrow morning. I'm
That's
gonna.
okay.
I
I'll
I did not last name them. I said their first name.
I'll find a sound bit. You full name. You have triple. You have 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
My entire name.
I do apologize. I forgot that we've got a Rogan's fan base listening to
Yep.
us who will
Yeah.
find these people.
Yeah,
but
that's my
also
bad.
at the end
we
of
don't
the
want to
day,
get
it does-
swatted
Right,
up
does
here.
right.
Not matter. It does not matter.
Does not matter. But we'll pretend like it does.
I'm curious. What are we drinking today?
Well, I have my personal favorite IPA, Voodoo Ranger.
Where did we get that at?
We got it from the Hy-Vee
Grocery store.
grocery, which in our particular town is
The most magical place on earth.
it truly is. You know,
Thank you. I feel like
yeah.
I went there first, and I was like, guys, Ivy's great. You were concerned about the prices,
Yeah.
but you've been, and you know what?
I
It is the best place.
I
Hey,
walk-
maybe you'll buy food for yourself now.
Possibly. No, I walked in and I was like, wow, I've never seen a full bar in a grocery store before. This is so
It's
weird.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I sat down and had a couple of drinks with the bartender and it was cool. And he
Doesn't
was a cool guy.
Schnucks have that too? Like 1 or 2 Schnucks or Deerbergs?
Maybe that really nice Deerbergs in town.
That might have it.
Wait, where's this? What are you talking about?
What
The
the?
Deerbergs.
Not here in Springfield. I'm talking about in St. Louis. Oh, you asshole!
I got it.
You got him. Tricked him.
I think so. I did. I'm sorry.
It's okay,
Yes, you
We
got.
have to
you
change
got
it from a
Voodoo Ranger.
sip of your drink to a shot every time you mention St. Louis.
brother.
That'll
I
stop it.
feel ill right now.
It'll
I'm drinking
kill
my
him.
tea.
It will kill it.
I'm drinking my tea right now.
Is there
Everybody give a
Jameson
round
in
of
there?
applause.
There should be.
No hot toddy? Really?
Mm-mm.
We have a full.
That hot toddy.
There's
didn't open
a
yet.
whole
No
cart of
Jameson.
bar
Yeah.
downstairs.
I know,
with-
but that
with
hot
stuff.
toddy at work did not help at all.
Really?
No,
Did it have any honey in it?
it did. I put a whole thing of honey in it.
There's honey. Jake is feeling slightly under the weather as we
Very
record.
under the weather right now. So I'm struggling to drink more, but we drank a lot earlier. You'll just have to believe me.
Okay, well, I didn't, so I would like you to match me.
There you go.
So far, actually, you're a little behind.
I know. I'm not going drink for drink with you.
Please do.
I will.
Because,
I only brought the one up here.
well, for the namesake, it's me.
What do you mean?
I really should drink more.
Yeah, exactly.
should.
You really should
And
drink.
so
more.
I am.
We have to live by our name and our code.
I am the one
We're telling you to drink more.
like Jesus.
Yeah, you're Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like the Family Guy skit we were talking about earlier.
What?
Where Peter goes to church and he drinks the wine, like the blood of Christ,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Damn, this is what Jesus had in his blood. He must have been drunk 24/7."
Maybe I am Jesus.
Oh, hey, Jesus. Hey, what's going on?
I'm not doing the impression. I told you I'm not doing
Hello,
impressions on this
Peter, welcome to
podcast.
Fortnite.
Hey, Peter.
What are you drinking, Grant?
What are you drinking?
Oh yeah, I am drinking. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects.
That's not the name of the thing.
What is the fucking name of your drink, Grant?
I knew you would get upset. I am drinking the Yingling Black and Tan. Yingling, I would say, is probably my favorite baseline beer.
Oh, okay. I was like, "Where's he going
I mean,
with
it's
this?"
define baseline. Like, what does that mean?
Like Budweiser,
Like your domestic?
domestic.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm. That's what I meant.
Is Yingling domestic?
It's-
Who makes Yingling?
Yeah, no, they're in.
Yingling's
They're
domestic.
based in. I'm not sure what state it's New England area.
Really?
Boston,
I want to say Massachusetts. That sounds right.
Massachusetts, somewhere around there. You know, the one of the 13 colonies.
Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, pull that up.
Where's Rogan's Jamie? Not my mom, Jamie, who is inevitably going to listen to this podcast.
Thelma, pull that up, please.
Who's Jamie?
You know Rogan.
I don't watch.
You
Joe
know,
Rogan.
yeah, you watch Joe Rogan.
I
You know
don't
Joe
watch
Rogan.
Joe Rogan at all.
See, this
Okay.
is why I can say like I hate him is because I have seen enough of him to hate him.
I have
seen
also
him.
seen an episode or two of Joe Rogan. I didn't really care for it, but Joe Rogan is the guy. Jamie is he's his Tucker.
His fact checker.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'll put it in.
I
I'll put it in
understand that.
perspective that you know. He's
I
he's
understand
the
that.
he's
His
the guy who.
Tucker.
Yeah, I
Who-
understand
what
that.
is that from?
From
Chuckle
Chuckle
Sandwich
Sandwich.
is a also a very good podcast.
Okay.
That is very entertaining.
I've never heard of it.
It's a little bit better than ours. It's pretty good though.
Oh, I'm sure it's better
And,
than ours.
It just ended, unfortunately. I'm very upset about that.
It did.
I see.
Um,
What are you drinking, Jake?
I've got this rum and Coke or rum and Pepsi. I don't know what the rum was. I should have brought it up. Sorry, my computer crashed for 2 seconds. I
It
freaked
happens.
out.
It happens.
It's like a Pepsi and rum, but it's like a aged by 5 years type rum. I don't know what it's called. I totally forgot. But I'm also drinking tea because, like I said, I'm feeling very under the weather right now.
Out of the
The Minecraft
Minecraft mug.
mug.
French
and
steel.
In honor Chicken Jockey.
Chicken
in honor
jockey.
of we have to go see the Minecraft. No, I'm so sorry. We have to go see a Minecraft movie. in
a
theaters.
Minecraft-
Is that what it's called?
It is called a
A
Minecraft.
Minecraft movie.
Is it because people have made so many like YouTube Minecraft movies that they're like, we have to call it a
Have
Minecraft
they?
movie?
I remember-
No,
I've heard
know
about that. so
Fallen
much.
Kingdom.
I think it's because it's probably gonna it makes it easier to spawn sequels off of that.
Supposedly, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes
I
it
can-
easier
I
to
can
spawn
understand.
sequels.
Okay, so like you can make the sequel be like completely different with like different actors and stuff. And, like,
Yeah, and you just call it a Minecraft movie too, not the Minecraft movie, which the makes it sound like it's chronological, and it just makes it sound like it's a random adventure.
The
I feel like that's like a-
definitive movie, like the Super
'Cause
Mario
if also-
Brothers movie.
Sure,
if
but
you
I
say-
feel like that's an arbitrary thing to put on because like they're gonna make a sequel regardless because it's gonna make money.
Oh, it's gonna make money. People are gonna
And-
hate watch it.
Yeah.
I am gonna hate watch it. I am Steve.
Some of you may die.
That's
No,
a
it's
risk
not
I'm
him.
willing
I
to
am the
make.
Trinity Killer.
It's not him. It's not John Lithgow.
Spoiler
Is this
alert.
the third time that you have said that exact thing?
In the podcast,
I believe I did my homework a little bit. I don't get full credit, but I listened to the first 2 episodes, so I do know. I understand. Also, I have an idea.
I don't think we've referenced John Lithgow in the
Yes,
podcast
yes,
yet.
yes, you have.
Have we?
And you have said some of you may die.
we
you
said
know
it.
what?
We
You know
said it
what?
for the Oscars.
Did we? Oh
because-
shit! Yes, because
he was there.
because
He
he
was
was
there.
there.
That's right. Yeah.
I think something I also noticed, a little vocal motif that you all have. Take a drink every time somebody says fantastic. Genuinely,
Say that again?
it's fantastic.
Drink twice.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be less of a problem for us.
Yeah.
No, because I feel like each episode you said it at least 11 times.
We did.
Did he
Genuinely.
say it more often, or did I say it more often?
I believe that you actually said it.
Wasn't more me.
I think it was you.
Really?
Well, I will not say it.
Mm.
And I'm not
Say
gonna.
what?
No, I'm not saying it.
Should we have you as St. Louis and you're fantastic? Say that again.
No. I won't.
Okay. I don't think I will.
It's so difficult for me to
Band
not mention
four
that
stick.
place.
Doesn't count.
That's pretty close, though.
Band
No,
four stick.
That's pretty
No,
close.
I didn't
it's
say it.
not. It's not the same
It's
thing.
not the same.
It's not the same thing, but it is, and it is the best Fantastic Four.
It is not the best Fantastic Four
It's-
movie. Oh, God damn it.
Both said it.
Can I
did?
Can I
Yeah.
do it
Okay.
with my teeth?
Okay, well, we have to put a qualifier on here. If we're going to talk about the movie, we have to say the word.
Fan Four Stick.
No. We have to say the word for fantastic.
And in that sense,
If we
it's
are
nullified.
if
You
we-
can
yeah,
say Fantastic Four.
right, you can say that. But if you use the word fantastic in
Yes.
a separate sense,
We're making the rules right now so we don't have to drink.
right?
But if you say like, oh yes, I loved,
Why are we making these rules? The podcast is called "You Really Should Drink More."
Right.
and this is how you
it's an
drink
excuse
more.
to drink more.
There you go. Punishing you.
Seems like
well,
the
not
rules. Seems like
rewarding
the
you.
rules are making it so that you drink less.
Actually, you don't drink
Possibly.
for 1 minute if you ever mention St. Louis. Because you really should drink more, and that would prevent you from drinking more.
If you mention St. Louis, you don't get to drink for a
You-
minute. That's your
you-
punishment.
You could be choking on something, and I just mentioned that place, that area. I'm just like a struggle to not drink.
Oh god.
That sucks. Okay, I guess that's the rule.
Sure. I'm curious. So we've been going for about 20 minutes now.
Yeah, we have.
What's the big idea?
Well, the big idea for this podcast is Jake, we have Grant on the podcast.
We do.
Hi.
That's him. Grant is a big.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
I'm on TV.
Hi, Keith. Hi, Jennifer. If you're out there listening.
Hey guys.
How's it going? They are in for a treat because their son is a big music guy, just like you and I are.
Mm.
Huge music people.
Mm.
Huge, which we've touched upon.
Big. Huge.
Are huge. we've touched upon our music taste in prior episodes, but we're like fully diving into it now. This is the music episode.
So okay, so what do you want to do with this musical episode? What do you want to do?
Well, I had an idea.
Okay.
I figured that the three of us could each name our top 5 music artists.
Okay, wait a second. Pause. Do you want to do top 5, top 4? Because we had
Okay.
a problem with this when we had
Well,
the first episode.
I think
Let me-
top three would be a good amount of time because we're gonna
I don't know,
yap
top-
on each one.
No, well,
I don't know about that. You're not gonna yap on some of mine, probably.
no, okay, so listen.
Yeah, probably not.
Top 4 is because if you are a degenerate movie watcher, you use Letterboxd, and Letterboxd has a top 4.
Do we want to do that?
No,
I'm down. I'm okay too
we're doing top 5.
because it's an even number.
Right.
So
Well, actually, Grant, you mentioned this idea earlier that you wanted to mention your favorite movies.
Oh yeah, let's ask.
Oh my
What are
God.
your 4 favorite
Yeah. Okay,
movies?
so like this is for a recap because we want to get our friend Grant's input on this.
Actually,
What are your top 4 favorite movies?
Top 4 favorite.
I will go to
We-
Letterboxd. I
we'll-
did not prepare for this question.
That's fine, but you mentioned it, so I figured I'd bring it up. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Well, all I'm seeing on here on my top
Yeah,
4
no.
is 2015's Fantastic Four is all of my top 4 favorite movies.
That's Fantastic.
That's 2015 Warner Brothers Fantastic Four. Fan Four Stick.
Do you have any
That's,
idea what could be your
Fox's
top
Fan
4
Four Stick.
favorite films?
That's not.
I
Well,
remember-
hold on,
okay.
pause. That's
Oh,
not.
sorry.
That's not Warner Brothers.
Wait,
That's Fox.
That was
it's Fox. I'm Warner Brothers is DC. I'm stupid.
Brothers is
You know,
DC.
yep, I'm wrong. Okay, wait. Give me a recap of what your guys' top 4 were, and we won't talk about it.
So
We've
I
already heard it.
I
but-
cheated because there's a tie in mine.
Okay, that's fine. You can give me a top 5. I will.
But mine,
This is my podcast.
I'm going to my
now, I
letterbox. I
will-
kind of forgot.
did you forget?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
I
do yours.
mine. My number 4 was. Or wait, hold on. What was mine? Did it start with Superman or was it Unbreakable? I can't
You do
remember.
have your phone on.
I thought yours
I
was.
do. Hold on.
I think yours started with. Okay, I can do mine because I got mine pulled up. So mine started out with Harry Potter and the
Okay.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay.
Then it was Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, and then The Social Network, and then The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. And then yours.
My top 4 was or top 5 or top 4 with the tie. Number 4, 1978 Superman the movie.
Yep.
Richard Donner. Number 3 was Unbreakable.
Yep.
M. Night Shyamalan. Number 2 was a two-way tie between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
And my number 1 is Jaws. My
Okay.
top 4.
That's understandable.
But he
That-
likes his Steven Spielberg, that's for
Yes.
sure.
Last Spielberg, yeah.
Thank you for recapping me. That bought me some time.
Yes.
I would say, just riffing it off the top of my head, my top 4 is I would put Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, the first one, on there. This is not in a particular order.
Okay.
And I mean, you talked about it on length
Yeah.
yourself. I'm assuming that's the exact same way I feel about it.
Probably.
I guess it's hard to tell my top 4 favorite of all time, but like 4 that I stick with consistently, I would say is probably Jurassic Park.
Mm.
I enjoy Jurassic Park a lot. It's fun. It's a good time. It has like a weird like, are we meant to play God in all of this?
That is the best part about Jurassic Park.
It's really
Is that-
really cool.
It's like a meta message about like, we shouldn't tamper with things, we should leave things as they are, we shouldn't figure out the finer details of things necessarily if it means that it's not for the greater good.
Mhm.
Which is kind of ironic because they're now on their this summer their 7th Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
which
the fourth Jurassic World movie.
directly kind of contradicts the point of the original Jurassic Park, which I think is ironic.
I have seen the original 3. I enjoy them all.
That's a take. What's the next one?
Let's take.
I enjoy them all, kind of, for certain things, except for the third one. I don't like them. I like the first
Oh,
two.
I don't like the second one.
I like the second. Kind of do.
I like the second one a little bit, mainly because it's Jeff Goldblum. Jurassic World, I think, is a halfway decent movie.
I do too.
I think it's pretty good.
I
It's
like
got
the first Jurassic World is good. I
it's
think.
got like a good like atmosphere. I enjoy that. And I have not seen a single Jurassic World movie since.
Don't bother.
Um,
Don't bother.
it's been years. I haven't seen a Jurassic Park or World movie since before the second Jurassic World movie came
Yeah.
out. And I'm okay with that. So I have Spider-Verse, Jurassic Park. It's
I
kind
thought
of
Wally was on there for you.
I've not seen Wally in years. I mean, when I was a kid, I really
It
enjoyed
was
it.
either Wally or Ratatouille that was on there.
I
for
would
you.
say as like the best Pixar movie, I would say is maybe either The Incredibles or Up. But those would not be on my top 4. What?
Up.
Up's pretty good. I've not seen it. I haven't
I
seen it. in a
I
while,
love
but I
Up.
like it.
I
It's
think the
good.
first
It's
part
really-
of Up is fantastic. Anything after that, it's not that good.
Say that again.
Oh, damn it!
Is that
It's
how
like
we're-
a it's like
Is that how
a
we're gonna cue it?
it's like Pavlov's dog. You know,
Damn it.
I hear fantastic and it does. And I said it, so
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even pick it up. So good thing you're here because I didn't. pick it up.
yes. I'll go into number 3. It's kind of a basic answer, but I've loved this movie since like middle school. I was just enthralled by it. And it's probably the oldest movie of all of us, but 12 Angry Men, I think
Whoa.
I think it's just a masterpiece. I watch it maybe once every other year, and I'm just like glued to my screen. I know how it ends, of course. I know like all the ways it goes, but it's still every time it just gets me.
I respect the hell out of that choice.
That's a great movie.
I watched it maybe 2 months ago, and I remembered that feeling, and I love it every single time.
That's a screenwriter's dream right
Yeah,
there. Like that movie is just so good.
I
it-
adore
it-
that movie.
And it's one of those things where like everybody says it's perfect, and you're like, I mean, yeah, come on, and then you watch and you're like, okay,
yeah,
yes.
like it's
It really is. It's just really good.
I would
Henry
compare it with
Fonda's-
Jaws in the way that like it's one of those movies that like
Yeah.
does not have a flaw.
Jaws
that
is
you can
probably in my
point to.
top 10
Yeah.
favorite movies.
That's
I,
in my
I
top
enjoy
10.
it. I enjoy it heavily. Oh man, I don't know.
Five Nights
I'll
at
throw number
Freddy's.
one.
The Five Nights at Freddy's movie, very fun, very very bad. I would say maybe my next 4. It's one that I also kind of like revisit every year or few years. I really like The Truman Show.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna say the Truman
I
Show.
do. I like it. It's just something that I can pick up and watch all the way through, be entertained by it, and be like, yeah, I'm satisfied by that. I love the ending because it just he goes off.
Yeah.
He leaves. Sorry.
So,
Spoiler.
spoiler for the Truman Show.
I'm sorry. We can cut that out if you'd like, but
No, I don't
if
care.
not, please watch the Truman Show. Even though I
It's
said
fantastic.
3 words,
It's amazing.
It's
It's a
still
movie
holds up.
about choosing your own path in life and
Yes.
not accepting the monotony of everyday
Yeah.
life. You know, it's like a big allegory for that sort of thing.
I might be thinking of the Truman Show recently because I saw a YouTube video. Jake, you might have also seen it, where it's like the original plan or like what the Truman Show should have been.
Yeah.
And it's where like you are basically like it is the point of view of Truman. And
Yeah.
you have no idea what's going on until it's like revealed to you.
I saw that.
Which is really cool. It would be cool to see like a movie like that or like the Truman Show in that way. But I still think yeah,
Just
baby.
chronically on YouTube. I know every video he's gonna ask me about.
Yeah, I've seen your YouTube page.
I
I know
know.
I know what you are.
It automatically
I know what
logs
you
onto
see.
the TV, so
We-
you guys all know what I have.
Our living room YouTube page is just Jake's For You page. For
I have YouTube Premium, so I'm gonna
Right,
let them
yeah,
have it,
I mean-
so.
So do I.
I really
Student discount.
student discount, yes.
I actually ran out of time on my student discount. It's been so long; they have a 4-year limit.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm still on.
Mine still works.
maybe I have to use a different email or something. I don't know. I don't know, but mine's done, so I have to pay $15.99 every single month.
Well, do you
for
pay through Apple?
Maybe it's
'Cause
$13.99.
If you pay through Apple, they charge you more. That doesn't matter, but
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
pay for it on like the website.
All right, I'll
Yeah. It's like 13, I think.
do that.
But
So
Um,
rundown: Spider-Verse, Jurassic Park, Truman Show, and what was the other one?
12 Angry Men.
Toy Man.
Yeah.
It's a good list.
That's a very.
It's kind of a basic list, but I will stick to it. I mean,
I think that's a good list.
I respect that.
I like these movies.
That's pretty
I
good.
just looked at like all the movies I rated 5 stars and was like, yeah, that works.
That's a good list.
That's a very good list.
Besides The Shawshank Redemption, that is the best movie. Shawshank Redemption is the best movie.
I love Shawshank. I wouldn't call it the best movie ever made. Like it's I mean like objectively speaking.
You've never seen it?
What?
It's okay.
You've never seen the Shawshank
It's
Redemption?
it is not okay. Shawshank is
You've never seen
a
Shawshank.
masterpiece.
I have
I-
never.
You haven't seen Shawshank?
No.
I actually
Christ.
saw.
I just know that. I just know every time I go on
Quit
IMDb.
saying shit that you
I-
haven't
I see
seen.
it's,
God
it's
damn
the
it!
number one thing on IMDb. Have you never seen the Vine?
The what?
The Vine. You remember Vine? Do it for
I
the Vine.
remember Vine, yeah, but like
Okay.
I was not on it really.
I'll show you later. I never had Vine.
Really?
I never had Vine.
I did.
Did you?
I simply just watched the compilation videos on YouTube, and that's how I kept up to date.
Grant does this thing where he's like, oh, reference this thing. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
The
it's-
Godfather.
Stop
do
it.
that too.
I did not care for The Godfather.
He's seen The Godfather.
I've
'cause I
seen The
watched
Godfather.
it.
I've seen The Godfather twice.
Oh.
And you know what? Peter Griffin was right. I'm sorry to say it. It does insist upon itself.
Don't agree
It
with that
is.
at all.
It is good. I don't think it is that good.
I think it's a cinema classic.
Actually, wait. Now that we're here, can I tell you something?
What's up?
So I've seen The Hobbit. I kind of liked it. You did not like The Hobbit.
The Hobbit trilogy is deeply, deeply flawed. Not great. Pales in comparison to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Not even close.
Agreed. Let me finish my drink first.
Go for it. Which you'll need another one.
Yes. Allow me to pour another black and tan.
Perfect. Please pour it correctly this
Wait,
time.
what were you gonna say? Yeah, don't
Or not.
spill it.
That's fine.
When we first recorded, he poured the drink, and while it sounded very nice, it also spilled all over my hand.
Sure did.
Thank you for catching that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not like it's my room or anything.
I kind of want to finish my drink first before I admit this.
You like the Hobbit trilogy more than Lord of the Rings?
Oh, I will physically attack you.
Technically, yes. I have never seen The Lord of the Rings.
Calm down. Oh.
I have never seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy in my life.
Like, are you saying like you've never seen the extended edition or just them?
I have never seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
That's why.
I might have seen them when I was a little kid, but I do not remember them.
Crazy.
You are horribly missing out.
I have never seen them. I'm
Wow,
so
in all
sorry.
your time of living with Zach, you never said anything about it. That's wild.
I think I told
This
my.
is
I
Zach's
think I
favorite.
told him I've seen it. Actually, I've been like, oh, I've seen it. Oh yes, I know.
You
Frodo
lied to
Baggins.
Zach?
Actually,
you said
no,
he's
you know what? I didn't. Was he a big Lord of the Rings guy?
Oh my
Huge.
god.
It's his favorite movie
Huge,
series.
huge Tolkien guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's his favorite film series.
Yes.
Zach, I'm so sorry.
Completely understand,
Um,
which I love the Lord of the Rings
They're
trilogy.
pretty damn good.
It's probably the best trilogy.
It probably.
It probably is the best of all time. And I said that as a,
Besides The Wire.
that is funny.
No,
No, I said that as a guy who loves the original Star Wars trilogy, who loves like the Dark Knight trilogy, who loves the Back to the Future trilogy, like all the great trilogies. Lord of the Rings is probably the best.
Yeah, I think you've told me that.
I mean,
I just have never gotten around to it because I mean, like the ones that people say to watch. Okay, bear in mind with me just like a little bit.
Okay.
You can understand. People tell me to watch Lord of the Rings, and then they're like, "You have to watch the extended edition."
no. Okay.
That is 4 goddamn. Okay, I've seen a little bit of the Lord of the Rings. I've seen it with you. We
He-
watched about like 2 hours
Right.
of the extended edition,
Here's
which is
what I-
about
yeah.
halfway.
Which yeah, I was watching it because I've seen
It's like Snyder cuts.
Right. Here's what I recommend: watch the theatricals first. Watch all 3 of those.
And then when you fall in love with those,
Watch the director's cut,
Then
then watch the extended edition, and then watch.
There's no
no,
directors.
no.
It's just the extended.
There's 2 per. Watch the theatrical. They're great. They are great on their own, but they're even better if you watch the extended editions of each.
I bet. So,
So-
like, should I watch the extended edition?
No.
Or
Watch the theatrical
Start with the
first.
theatrical.
I will appreciate the extended edition more once I watch
Yes.
it. Okay,
They're amazing.
I can do that.
Even the Return of the King, the theatrical is long. It's like over 3 hours long.
Yeah,
The theatrical. The
Yeah.
the extended is 4.5 hours long.
but it's worth it. 'cause
But it's
adds
worth it.
some
It's
really
so good.
stuff.
I honestly expected you to kick me out right then and there.
I was slightly
like-
upset at you for a split second, but then I remembered it's okay. It's okay.
I was.
Not everybody's seeing the same things you have.
I was
It's okay.
scared. I started putting my arm out. I was like, "Oh God."
No, okay, listen. I was more afraid that you were going to tell me the Hobbit movies were better. I would have probably choked the life out of you in front
Those
of me.
movies are not even close.
They're not that great.
They're not very good.
They're
They got progressively worse as they were made.
Well, yeah, because they based less on the book. You know, the third movie
No,
is
that's not.
The
I
third
don't
movie
care
is,
about the
like,
faithfulness of the
a
book.
whole
It's
new
about
thing,
just like they
right?
ran a plot,
Yeah.
and the plot they came up with isn't very good.
Well, yeah. So the third book is based off the third movie is based off 2 pages in the original book.
Right.
What?
2 pages.
What does that mean?
It's like
The-
it's a thing that's explained as backstory that isn't a huge deal.
Oh,
just, like,
so
happens.
like, what is his name? Torin or something?
What? Fuck.
Thorin?
Thorin.
Thorin
Oh,
Oakenshield.
Thorin Oakenshield.
They're like, oh,
yeah.
Thorin went crazy and he fought a
No,
whole war. But like,
no.
hey, we don't need to talk
No.
about that.
No, that's not the book.
Oh.
That's not the book. Gold, mind washing, whatever crap that happens in the movie.
Did not care for that.
Not a thing.
No.
In the book, what happens is it literally the dragon gets defeated, and then
Smaug.
Smaug gets defeated by the guy, and then it literally just says, I started to come back and there was a battle and these characters died and now I'm back in the Shire.
Oh,
That's it. It's like two
so
pages long of
they
just
wanted
that.
to show that battle. I can. I
But
can
you don't
get
need
that.
a 2.5 hour movie to
I
show that
suppose.
battle.
You know, I think that the Hobbit trilogy is a lot like the Star Wars prequels. Doesn't need to exist.
Well, also,
It exists better as backstory. You don't need it to be its own thing.
well, it would have been actually really cool because apparently Guillermo del Toro was actually going to do it. So
I've heard of it.
I would've
he-
watched that.
He wrote 2 movies instead of 3. It was going to be 2, and he was he was ready to go for it, and it would have been really like a much better, faithful adaptation of the book.
Yeah.
And then Peter Jackson came in and said, "Yeah, I'm not doing that. I want to do a full trilogy again." And he did that, and man, he regretted that.
Not his best instincts for sure.
I'm pretty sure he very much regretted that, and so did oh my gosh, Magneto. What's his name?
Ian McKellen,
Ian McKellen
who
hated that.
who hated filming those movies, by the
He
way,
hated it.
because it was so like green screen heavy.
It was lonely. He was
Yeah.
like always by himself.
Because they had to like superimpose, like they didn't do like practical effect dwarves
Yeah,
like the originals did.
where it was like
It
the
was all-
camera was in some position and you could see the characters. And
Right.
stuff.
It was all digitally, like, oh, they put their faces onto like like a smaller frame.
Or they just shrunk him down like just with CGI.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So imagine poor Ian McKellen in robes acting opposite of nothing, and he's a breaking down crying on set
I've seen the back
because he's like, I can't do this. There's nothing to act with me.
Yeah.
Apparently, they released the JFK files.
What
Did you hear
the?
about that?
You completely off. Like what the heck?
Yep. Famously to do with the Lord of the Rings novels, the JFK assassination.
Which is very interesting, but they won't release the Epstein files, which is also interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
so
But I mean, on the topic of that, apparently his head just did that. It just did that. And Jackie Kennedy-
Literally all that there is to say in the JFK files is, yep, he got his head blown off. It happened on this date. That's all. Yep. We learned nothing new. Obviously.
Again, I like the Family Guy clip where it's the hamburger and she starts eating the meat.
Which Jackie Onassis grabs on top of the car and starts like scooping it in her mouth.
That
That's
is-
so good.
Family Guy they do have good timing sometimes.
They do. They do.
I feel bad that the South Park guys shat on Seth MacFarlane because the Family Guy is
Which,
funny.
I mean-
American Dad is funny.
Seth MacFarlane, like, he's hardly in the writer's room anymore. I mean,
No,
you know,
he just does the voices.
Yeah,
And
like, but
so-
like, people put it at the fault of any of the show at his feet for some reason, even though like he doesn't have a whole lot of creative control anymore.
I won't defend the guy. I don't know him. He sounds
I
like
adore Seth MacFarlane. I love him.
he was supposed to be on the plane.
He was.
He was. Minute and a half ago, we were talking about the Lord of the Rings. What the hell happened?
9/11 happened.
It didn't. That happened over 20 years ago.
Yes, but that's on topic. Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on that.
Oh, the two
The Two
towers.
Towers.
The 2 towers. Lord of the Rings, the 2 towers.
Okay, well,
And
we'll end
now
this
we'll
discussion.
go back.
Long story short, Grant watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay, Blake. I will. Thank you.
You really should watch Lord of the
You really
Rings.
should and drink while you're
Thanks.
doing it.
I will do that.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, watch it sober because it's pretty darn good.
I'm curious. Do you all want to try the Yingling Black and Tan? It's actually
I'm kind of curious because I've never tried it before.
it's quite fantastic.
I really like my tea.
Very dark.
You do it first.
Let's try it. Okay. Definitely tastes like Yingling.
But like a little bit not. It's not bad. I don't know. I rock with it.
There is something
Nice
different
though.
about it from
You don't want me to
typical,
try
like,
it.
Yingling lager.
Understood.
If I am sick, then you're not gonna want me
you
to try
can
that.
have the last sip.
It's okay.
I always say, like, if your roommates are gonna get each other sick, there's no avoiding it. Stuff.
It's
True, we did already kiss before this. So,
It's true.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
true, and we'll do it again on the air.
Where was I?
You were at work,
Yeah.
I think. It was separate.
It was a cute little date outside with the fire pit that we have and
Yeah.
everything.
You guys always do that without me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
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 My bad.
Whatever.
Anyways, should we get to the main topic of this podcast?
Let's get to the main topic.
we
so-
kind of rambled on for 40
We did.
minutes there.
Ramble on.
We're
Right.
that's the icebreaker. We're getting loose.
Yeah, we had to slowly move into
This is the icebreaker. So I think what I was explaining before. Did you just make a 9/11 joke?
So what were we gonna talk about?
That's not funny.
It's not funny.
So what were we gonna talk about?
We were going to talk about how I had the idea since we were having Grant on
There
was
was an idea.
to build a team of extraordinary people
Mm-hmm.
built of the three of us. We are all big music people, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all have specific kinds of music and specific artists that we're very passionate about, that we love, and that like give us a will to live. Maybe I'm speaking for myself.
I was gonna say you're speaking for yourself on that
Well,
one, buddy.
Perhaps I'm the biggest music fan out of all of us, but
You
that's
really
okay.
are.
Mayhaps.
But
I'm in a band.
Sutton and the Ghosts
Hey, you coming to see my show?
at Sutton and the Ghosts on Instagram.
I thought it was understood that we wouldn't do impressions of me on the fucking podcast.
Oh well, you understood wrong.
That was not communicated to me.
It was more like an unwritten like goodwill rule that you just
Oh.
wouldn't do it.
Well,
Well,
you
you
have one more. Hi. I'm done. That's it.
you did your Jewish bagel impression last podcast, so you can't say anything.
That's fair enough. But I'm part Jewish.
Yeah, you are.
What are you gonna do about it, bitch?
You're 0.5%.
You want to see the DNA test result? Dad, pull it up. Come on. He's listening for sure.
1% does not quantify you being Jewish.
I'm telling you,
You are
Mike.
0.5%.
Hey,
Your dad is only 1%.
if
You are only 0.5.
if we're gonna be like really like stringent about this, if you don't go by kosher rules, you're not Jewish either.
So my number 5 pick for
Okay, no, we hadn't gotten there yet.
we're moving on.
Minus our insignificant squabbles.
Yeah, we don't even know what the topic actually is.
We don't.
You
The
guys-
topic is
You guys
so.
were fighting like a married couple for 2 minutes.
This is true.
That's kind of
Go
the point of the
ahead.
podcast.
So the topic, we're all music fans. I came up with the idea. Let's all list, we've done our favorite movies. Let's list our favorite musical artists.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a top 5, each of our top 5 favorite musical artists.
What consists of a musical artist, though?
So this could be like a solo musical act. It could be a band. It could be a composer. It could be whatever you want it to be. Like anybody who creates music.
I think we all know who Blakely's going to choose for number 1.
Well,
know.
we'll get there. Make it a slow burn.
Yeah, we all
Slow
know.
burn to there. We all
know.
know.
Yeah.
But I do have, and also I had the idea, separate from your favorite artist, for each respective artist, what is your favorite album from that particular artist? I think that would be cool to
Yeah.
also note. Makes it a little bit more personal and more like specific
I'm gonna
as far
go
as what your
Grant's
taste
go on
is.
my phone a little bit longer.
Grant is the. Oh, I was going
You
to say
guys
you're the
go
guest.
first.
So.
Well, we're gonna go in a circle.
Okay, so
Okay.
who starts?
I'm gonna let you start.
Mhm.
I have to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Number 5. Who is it?
I started this one because I knew you two would find this one funny and more noteworthy to talk about a little bit. So I chose Sabrina Carpenter.
I was gonna say that just now.
Okay.
and my favorite
Moving on, right?
I was gonna say someone else, but yeah, Sabrina Carpenter's she's way up there. Yeah,
Okay, who
I
are you
like her
gonna...
music quite a bit.
That's,
Who are you gonna
that's
say?
interesting.
I like her
For
music. a
somebody
lot.
so new, I'm surprised.
I've been listening to her for a long time.
No, I know, but like she's like a up and coming, like definitely like
like
within the
top
past
2 years?
yeah, like
past 2 years,
the past
at
couple of
least.
years, like she's risen
That's when
to
she's blown
popularity.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, my favorite album of
He was a fan
album,
beforehand. Okay.
I mean, I listened to her stuff on Disney Channel beforehand, so
Yes.
that
my
was why I was
favorite-
saying
My favorite type of music, Disney Channel star music.
he was saying Blakely was trying to like he was like jokingly guessing who it would be, who like my like funny like but like number 5 person would be. He said Billy Ray Cyrus, and I said actually that's pretty close because he was on a Disney Channel show. So
True.
I guess that is close.
That
he
is
also
close.
he also doesn't sing at his concerts.
Sabrina Carpenter does.
She does.
She does.
She got that on Billy Ray Cyrus.
That's true.
He just kind of stands there.
Gonna take my horse to the old town road.
Sounds like the worst
that one, right? Sorry, I'm a bit sick.
But yes, I do like her short and sweet album the most. I think it's a very good album.
I guess with my list, I kind of just threw together people.
Hold on, really quick. I want to hear more in depth, like
Also, what's your favorite album?
yeah, the way he said short and sweet. Give me like a
Is that an album?
yeah, short and sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's,
an
that's
album.
like her. That's
knew that?
that's the big album. You know, that's the one with her like facing like her
That
back's facing the thing. She's looking
espresso.
over her shoulder.
I thought that was called Espresso.
No, that was the single in the album.
Right.
I knew that, but
Short. So give me like a rundown of that.
What do you mean? Like
Like your thoughts on it, the way that you view it, just what you think it's supposed to
I
mean.
just think it's a really fun album to listen to. I mean, like the songs are, I mean, they're explicit, that's for sure, and they're just fun to listen to. I mean, Juno is one of my favorite songs of the last year.
I have a question. What does Juno mean?
Making her pregnant. Juno, the movie.
Like the movie?
Like the movie.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That has context in the songs, or
No, I mean it doesn't reference the movie, but that's like the whole point of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I lost?
No, like,
It's-
the
I don't get it.
song is
like
about
the-
her
it's
her
like
getting
her first
pregnant.
song.
Has she had a kid?
No.
Oh,
It's like a it's like a
Also, it's just like from the perspective of somebody who is like experiencing
I
like getting
understand,
pregnant.
I guess.
yeah. And then I like all her other songs. Taste, Please Please Please, Espresso, Bedchem.
Okay. Do you find like an overriding like theme throughout like the whole album?
I don't know. It's really just a sexy album, really. I don't know like the whole theme to the album because I thought there was at first, and then I listened to it all in a row, and I was like, there's not really like an overarching like theme to this one. So,
Okay.
but
Understandable.
I like the songs a lot. I think every single one of them, except for like one or two, are really good. So
Nice.
I went to her concert for a reason. So
You did go see
You
it
did
live.
do that. Yeah.
not by myself, with
That's
my
right.
girlfriend. So
Which I have, by the way.
which I have. She just goes to a different school.
She
No,
doesn't.
she doesn't. She goes to my
She goes
school.
to the same school.
She goes to the same school, but still,
Okay. Cool.
that's my number 5. I really like her stuff right now.
Very nice.
Neat.
Are
Alright.
we eventually doing honorable mentions, or are we just kind of
We can.
okay?
I don't care.
All right. Of like the few people. Okay. All right. I'll start off. I will say Childish Gambino is
That
in
was my
top
number 5.
That's only
Yeah.
number 5.
Are we doing it in order? I'm just doing a top 5.
Top 5 is like 5 to like your first being your best, 5 being the
I'm saying 5 people.
okay.
I wrote this list right before we started.
Okay.
That was my number 5 anyway before Sabrina Carpenter. So
Okay. Well, well, good. I'm glad I have
So
it.
saying like you've ranked Carpenter before Childish Gambino.
now I have, yeah,
Yeah,
for
sure.
right now, yeah.
That's fascinating.
Also, I
because
thought because we would have the same person probably,
that is
I
probably
was like,
true.
I would like to do someone else instead.
That's probably
I
true.
see.
So-
I
That's
see.
true.
Okay.
You had a little more time to think. You, I found out that I was guest starring on this episode, like okay, actually a few hours ago at this point.
Incorrect. We told you days ago.
We told him days ago, and also we announced it on last week's podcast, which he hasn't listened to.
I have not listened to.
Not a
Hey,
true
I listened.
fan.
I had a drive home. I drove from where I come from. to here.
That's perfect to listen to it.
From
Say
where
it.
from where I come from to here. I'm
And
not
where do
saying
you even
where.
come from, Grant?
He is from St. Louis. Did you know that I'm from St. Louis?
Thanks. 2 swigs.
There you go. And I listened to both of the episodes, and that was about my drive.
Let's see. Okay.
So I did not listen to the third one. I started listening to it, I think, just randomly. I could tell you guys were a little two drunkards. No.
Well, you know why?
St. Patrick's Day.
That. Well, no, because that was the third episode that you didn't listen to.
Yes. Third episode.
Did you listen to the third episode?
I listened to the first 2 episodes. I've listened to about 15 minutes of the third episode.
Okay.
Uh,
I was gonna say because we usually are a few in.
I told a lot of people
Because-
that third episode was so unhinged. It was just so shooting
We,
the
we,
shit.
we were just drunk already, and were just recording it.
That
and
was just random.
it
That
was
was
haphazardly thrown together.
yeah. We did not have a theme on that one at all.
Not at all.
you had fun that night.
We did.
We did.
We did. It was very fun.
We
night.
did. Okay, so
But-
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
Yes, I enjoy Childish Gambino.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. The actor, Donald Glover.
Don Glover.
Dong Glover.
Don Glover.
He's great. I do like him for his acting career, but that's not what we're talking about.
What's your favorite album of his though?
That actually, that's not tough. My favorite song of all time by him is what's it called? It's
Me and my
1910. No, it's not.
3005?
No, 1910.
Firefly?
No. Actually, that might be my favorite song. What's the new album that came out? Okay, so he had an album released in 2020 that was like a whole bunch of numbers and letters, and it was kind of dumb. All in all, I kind of hated it at the time, but there's one song on there that I absolutely loved. It was called 1910. He changed the name to it when he re-released it.
Oh, Atavist. No.
No.
Oh, To Be Hunted.
To Be Hunted.
To Be
That is one of my
Beautiful.
favorite songs of all time. It's so good.
It's a good song.
It just it makes me happy. I love it. But I've been listening to it like nonstop for like 2 years, it feels like. That's my favorite song, not my favorite album.
What album is that on?
Atavista? Is that
Yep.
the album? Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, he released an album called 3/15/20, which is when it released. And it was like it was supposed to be like some cryptic thing where like there was like things that you could like dissect from, but like nobody figured it out.
Yeah.
So he re-released it in like 2023 or 2024. He basically just re-released the album.
He released it like January, like the
Yeah.
very beginning of the year.
Right. He re-released it basically saying, "Okay, here's what I meant. Here's what it all was."
It
And
was like it was better recorded. Like
it was better
sounded
recording.
better.
The quality was all better, and it was quicker. It was more concise, and it was better. My favorite album is Camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
My favorite album is the first one,
Okay.
What year did that release?
2011.
2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just has like that like
It has some good songs on it.
he is Childish Gambino. It's like more childish. It's more fun. It's more of like a rap album.
It's one of his first
Um,
albums that he did.
It's like the first like studio album that he made, besides like the EPs, which are
Yeah.
fun.
His EPs are good. But yeah.
Firefly is also like one of my favorite songs of all time.
He did a promotion, like a collab with Beyonce.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I don't remember that.
Wait, no. That's Firefly. That's with Beyonce. Or is it Rihanna?
That's Beyonce.
That's Beyonce.
Really? No, it's not.
Yes, it is. If it's not Beyonce, it's Rihanna.
Okay, I don't know who the female vocalist on Firefly is, but it is amazing. One of my favorite songs. All the other stuff on Camp it's just so like jumpy and fun, and it doesn't like mean anything, unlike his like future albums, which are like they're more like, hey, I'm mature. This is like something cool to listen to. It's gonna make you feel something.
Okay. So like
Which
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do enjoy like the more like aesthetically pleasing stuff from him, but I think it's most fun to go back and just like not think about what I'm listening to and just like have a bunch of like songs about him like saying, "Hey, I made it" or something.
Okay,
like that.
I'm wrong actually about that. My bad.
Okay, I was gonna say I do not think
I
that's
thought I
Beyonce.
saw something. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that. It's Janet Leone. Anyway, so what's your number 5?
Well, hold on. I'm actually curious to hear more of Grant's thoughts about Camp. You said it's like an album that's like
It's his first, so
it's
it's
his first. It doesn't necessarily have like an overarching like theme or anything. It's more so like a just like a collection of like stuff that he thought sounded cool.
it
It's
definitely has
all
a theme. It's actually been a while since I've listened to it all the way through, maybe like a year or so. But it's more so of like he was an actor, he is an actor, but he was in Community and he was like making like songs on the side and that like started to gain traction. And so his camp album is kind of him like, hey, I made it. I'm just a nerd from I don't know where he's from, but like I'm just like I was the nerdy kid in high school, and now I'm making these songs that people enjoy. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, he's right.
Like there's
That
no,
is-
there's
that is the
really
theme
there's
of
really
it.
no like deeper thing to it. It's just it's really surface level. I think
It's
I
kind of
really
just
like
him
it.
saying, "Hey, I'm here. Like this
I'm
is
here,
This
and
is
it's
me.
cool.
Start listening."
You thought I couldn't do it.
But I could.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say right now, my albums, not every single one of them has a theme to it.
Yeah. No, I really enjoy.
They've
listening
just
to
got
stuff
really
on
good
them.
songs on them.
Yeah.
Sorry, like all your albums. What do you have a theme to them?
No, they don't. Not every single one of
don't.
them does not have a theme to it.
I see. Okay.
There's
Not every
there's
single one of them does. Some of them just have insanely well done songs.
I think 3 out of my 5 do.
So what's your number 5?
My number 5 artist.
Yeah. What's your
Yeah.
number 5?
My number 5 artist is Brian Adams.
Should have guessed that one.
Brian Adams is
Interesting.
one of the best rock and roll artists that we have.
Can we bring him up here?
No, I'm not.
Can we get him
No, I'm not gonna go do that. We have a
on the show?
You asked him
No.
to get his guitar?
no the frame picture of Brian Adams that we have in our
Oh,
Which
living room.
exists in the house.
No,
Maybe next episode I'll bring
no,
it up
we
here.
do have a framed picture of Brian Adams. In our
I'll do
living room.
Brian
It's
Adams and I'll do
really-
the other guy
the other guy
later.
He's also far more important. But no, Brian Adams is a very important and influential figure in like the 1980s landscape of like popular like pop rock.
Yeah.
Very very cool and important guy. My favorite album of his is Reckless.
Is that the
I
one
know
with Summer
that one.
69?
That's number 69
Yeah, I was
album,
gonna
which
say.
is kind of a plain pick, I admit, but it's the favorite for a reason because it is his best album.
It's really good.
It released in 1984. Reckless is an album that also like this is one of the ones that I don't think has like a like strong overarching theme, but it has a lot of songs that are about like the longing for something better, the desire for like close connection and romance and like a close personal relationship with other people. It's like about reaching out and getting something out of your experience with life and your experiences with other people. It has that sort of feel, and that's what a lot of the songs are about. And it's some of the best rock and roll instrumentation I've ever heard. His band is fairly bare bones. You know, you have 2 guitars, bass, drums, and a keyboard player, and
It's not much.
it's honestly like in the grand scheme of things, that's not a whole lot to work with. But the way that they like layer different guitar parts and the way that they use like synthesizers, which this was in '84, so this was like around the dawn of whenever that was starting to be like commonplace in music
Oh yeah.
because it wasn't a thing before this. So they came together and they made this album, which a fairly obscure fact, but it was mixed by Bob Clearmountain, who also did the mixing of Born in the USA.
Oh, okay.
Who was a big like '80s like music producer, who made the album sound a certain way. You can get songs like Summer '69.
And yeah, that
It's
has
a good song.
Somebody, It's Only
Mhm.
Love, Heaven. I mean, like just like so many hits.
Mhm.
Like this was a huge album that came out.
Yeah.
And like the album cover, like the black and white, cover of just like his
that
face.
one, yeah.
It's
yeah,
iconic,
I
yeah.
do. I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
It's the only one I do.
he has a couple of other like pretty recognizable like covers, but this is his most recognizable cover for sure. And it's just fantastic album that I love, and that like it's whenever I think of like quintessential like 1980s pop rock, that's what I think of. What?
Say that again.
Ah, shit.
You got him.
Didn't even notice I did it.
Got you though.
Grant is our fantastic watchdog. Doesn't count, by the way.
Yes, I won't count that.
But yeah, so my number 5 artist is Brian Adams, and my favorite album of his is Reckless. That's all I have to say about it.
That's a good choice, honestly.
No, it's good start for me. Jake, who's your number 4 favorite artist?
You saw him in concert, right?
I did. I saw Brian Adams with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I don't know.
Which was
Black
a-
Velvet. Oh yeah.
That is not Joan Jett.
Is that not Joan Jett?
No.
I thought Black Velvet was Joan Jett. Oh, that's Alana Miles.
Yeah.
They have a very similar sound.
Bad Reputation.
Okay.
I'm getting all my names.
I
wrong
love rock
today.
and roll. That's
I feel
Joan
like-
Jett.
isn't
I'm
that
getting
like
all my
90s?
names wrong.
Huh?
Is that like 90s?
No, she was late 70s, like 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
around for a long
thinking
time.
maybe I'm just thinking of it from Freaks and Geeks. So I just associate it.
But yeah, that was a fantastic
might
show, and he
find
put on a great concert.
Drink. She also did a version of Cherry Bomb. Cherry
Yeah.
Bomb.
Oh, yeah, no, that is
Also-
that's her song,
That's her song.
Yeah.
In Freaks and Geeks.
which
Cherry
is the
Bomb.
second best cherry bomb, by the way.
The first best Cherry Bomb.
Okay,
I like Cherry
we'll get to
Bomb.
that later.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, my number 4.
Yeah.
Would be because we allow composers. I want to put in John Williams.
I was hoping that would show up.
I have a feeling that there's someone else here that will probably put John Williams on their list as well.
Possibly.
But the album to choose for this one was insanely difficult because he's done so many amazing.
I
things.
it was
very curious as to what you say.
I was very curious to figure
Because
out what I
there's
was
by the
going to
way,
put.
You
There's
can't
like-
say Star Wars. You got to pick a specific movie.
Yeah, there's
Who
like
in the world said I was going to pick Star Wars?
I'm just
if
throwing that out there.
There's like 15 great answers.
Yeah.
Star Wars would have been a great answer. Jurassic Park would have been a great answer. Schindler's List would have been a great answer. Jaws,
Okay, I was gonna say, don't-
Superman.
Oh,
There's so many that would have been so good.
what are you gonna pick?
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The Sorcerer's Stone, whatever.
No,
It has got insanely good music.
I've already pulled it up. On the
Yeah.
podcast. I've already done it before. I won't do it again.
What, the Jaws thing?
The
Harry
the
Potter was never
thing.
good. You
Oh,
were just
You
7.
were just 9.
You listen to that
Uh,
soundtrack and you'll understand. It's
no,
really
listen.
good.
The
Did
best-
you say Philosopher's
I
Stone?
might have.
Oh my god, I just caught that. You know what?
The
Okay.
best part of those movies is the John Williams score.
It's
Yes.
really good.
He's
He's got some of his best stuff in
No
that
judgment.
one.
I'm
No judgment at all.
I really thought about it because I really thought about Jurassic Park. I really thought about Superman. That's really really tough. I even thought about Schindler's List, which is a
Star
really
Wars
good one.
Has a lot. Even the prequels.
I thought
have
about
great
it too,
music.
but
Also, the best part of the prequels is
John Williams.
But
That's
I-
probably the only consistent.
the music that I always go back to when it comes to like studying or when it comes to just like listening to John Williams, I'm gonna think Harry Potter.
That's understandable.
It's what I grew up on too, so
That's
like, I
true.
kind of like it's got that sentimental value. So
Sure.
I mean, I think the first Harry Potter movie, he just blew me away. I love the third one the most as a movie, but I think film like soundtrack wise, John Williams just crushed it for the first one.
Did you say that Prisoner of Azkaban was in your top 4?
That's my number 4 favorite film.
Okay.
So, but the music on that one is amazing.
Because he only did the first one.
No, he did 3.
Wait, 3. Okay.
He did the first 3,
I see. Okay.
and then it
And
went off.
that's
to other
why
people.
they're so. That's why the other ones are so bad.
No, but we'll get into that at some point.
Okay. Should we watch all of the? Or I guess you two just have to watch all the. You have to watch all of the Harry Potter movies.
I really have no interest. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I
I
don't either.
I
That's
just
why
I just don't.
I'm not doing it with him again. I'm not doing that.
Oh, this is stupid.
No, because we got done
No,
with
I would.
What?
we got done with that third movie, and you
ahead.
literally go.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Blakely.
You went.
I'm gonna pick you up and
"Uh."
throw you out of the
I'm
fucking
so
window.
sorry.
You know
Yeah,
that?
how about
So
I
anyway,
drink-
so we got done with
how about
that
I
third
drink
movie,
more drinking
and
water?
you literally just went.
I watched the first 3. I didn't make fun of them throughout. I sat there and I watched them quietly.
They're fucking.
And then at the end of the third
at the
movie,
end
which
of-
is, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's
I was
opinion,
like,
the best.
I,
You went-
I didn't love it.
And so I said,
not my thing.
"Fuck this! I'm done. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this
I
with
mean,
you anymore."
it. I didn't say it was bad. I just said like I don't think it's like a
It's not your
fantastic
thing.
piece of art. Yeah,
Drink.
it's just not my.
Drink.
Oh.
You really do. I use that word more than I think I do.
That's what I was saying. You said it quite a bit.
I just keep saying it.
yeah. But you showed me Prisoner of Azkaban.
I
think around
love that
Halloween last
movie.
year, and I
Yes,
thought it was
because
really
it's
good.
Halloween vibes and it's so good, and I love it. So
How do we feel about iFunny?
the first one,
What?
we're not switching into something else.
I haven't used iFunny since like freshman year of high school.
Is it still around?
This is already.
No,
already
I
4
don't
minutes.
believe so.
Okay.
Grant, what is your number 4?
Sure before.
Oh, you're not done.
I am done.
Okay, can we have like a 1 minute conversation? I'm curious.
We're at an hour and 5 minutes, but
I'm
sure.
Hey,
curious.
listen. This one we're gonna let go on.
Okay,
kinda
fine.
long.
I want to know. He said John Williams. Philosopher's Stone is your favorite John Williams track.
That's just the one that I thought of this time right now.
The Sorcerer's.
Or well maybe okay, but that's the one that you said.
It changes. I really love Jurassic Park. I love Jaws. I love Superman. I mean, it really just depends on my mood and the type of day. You know.
Blakely, what is your favorite?
We'll get there.
Okay. Spoiler alert. Shit, my bad.
He's already.
Shoot.
I know we got it on there.
We'll get there.
The second he said and composers, when he brought up this idea, he
And
goes
composers.
and composers. I'm like, oh, he's gonna put fucking John Williams in there.
Well, I'm gonna change one of my answers.
Did you have John Williams in there?
I told you.
No.
I said solo artist, band, composer.
I made this list about an hour and 5 minutes ago. All right. Well, number 4, but also in no order on my list. I'm adding it on right now. I'm gonna say John Williams.
But what was your number 1 for album? That's what matters.
Well, I like Jurassic Park. I like Jaws. I like The Philosopher's Stone. I actually have no idea.
Are you gonna say Superman? Oh, I thought he was leading up
No.
to something.
Superman's really good. And that song, I found out recently, is composed by John Williams. That is Superman's song. I thought it was like always a thing from like a TV show. Kind
You,
of like
you only
Spider-Man.
just recently found out that's John Williams?
You told me like a month ago.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
I know.
There's no way. There's no way you didn't know that.
I knew
Yes,
John
we-
Williams did that movie. I didn't know that John Williams wrote that.
Blakely, you knew that. We literally went. We were on YouTube downstairs and we played him the old
Yes, you were there.
cartoon and everything, and we were like, "This was actually the old theme." Bum ba dum bum ba.
Oh, from the Fleischer cartoons?
Yeah,
no,
so
but like
we told him that because he thought that was the old theme, like that was the theme.
I thought the one that
and then
was
John Williams just reinvented the theme.
Yeah.
He just redid it.
well, he took inspiration from it, but he didn't like straight up redo it. There's a lot of like
But like
similar
I
feel from
thought
it.
that the theme for Superman that John Williams created had existed like beforehand. So I didn't know that was
no,
by
he
John
created
Williams,
that, theme
which
song.
is very cool because that is Superman's song.
It is.
It
And
is.
anybody who tries to do it after that pales in fucking comparison.
Because it is.
Fuck you, Hans Zimmer, you German fuck. I hate. No, I like Hans Zimmer.
I was
a
gonna
lot.
say I like Hans Zimmer.
I do like Hans Zimmer,
he
but
made the soundtrack for Skylanders.
he did. He did?
Yes, he did.
Oh shit.
He will take anything if it means a paycheck.
He really does. No,
His name
I-
is attached to
okay.
everything.
Disclaimer: I do like Hans Zimmer a
He's
lot,
very
but
good.
you are not even a pimple on John Williams' ass.
No.
I'm sorry, you're
No,
not.
no.
Not even close. But I do like Hans Zimmer a lot. So okay. What is your, okay? So your number 4 is John Williams.
Yeah, I'm stealing it.
Who is your favorites? Or sorry, what is your favorite John Williams album?
I would probably have to say something from Star Wars.
Which
I
one?
want to say,
Because I have an easy answer for Star Wars.
is it Star Wars for you?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But
I know which one it is for
Okay,
Blake.
cool.
I have a favorite Star Wars
figured it was-
album.
I know which one it is.
I want to say maybe.
You might have the same answer as Blakely.
I'm gonna have the same answer as you. I want to say Empire Strikes Back,
That's not what his answer would be.
specifically
It's not.
for.
It's not Blakely's answer.
And spoilers for Empire Strikes Back.
I know
Oh.
your answer.
Somebody, I'm gonna make somebody listen to this podcast, and I need her to watch Empire Strikes Back with me.
Meredith, watch Empire
My,
Strikes Back for
my
Christ's sake.
girlfriend Meredith, please, I love you so much. Please watch Empire Strikes Back with me. I would make me so very happy because there's one scene. It is when R2D2 opens up that door, and you hear like the fanfare of the Cloud City theme with Han and Leia's theme.
So good.
It is so good. It's
So
such
good.
it's kind of not like a niche moment, but like it's like it is like gives like that like yes. It gives me chills every single time. I have them right now just thinking about it. It is my favorite scene in Star Wars. It's a weird one to have, but I love it. It's so good.
So tell me you should watch it with me as well.
She hasn't.
No, we got to A New Hope and we just stopped there on accident.
Wow. Mixed
Meredith-
sequel is great because I can watch the whole Star Wars trilogy by my fucking
I
self and
could,
not care.
however, but
It's
I
great.
want to share it with somebody because it's something I enjoy.
I know Blakely's favorite Star Wars album.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yep.
What is it, Jake?
Return of the Jedi.
No.
No.
That's your favorite fanfare.
It is. It's my favorite Star Wars fanfare. But the best album is A New Hope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought we were going
No,
off based
like,
off fanfare. Did you like
it-
that fanfare?
I do. But my favorite version of the Star Wars theme is from Return of the Jedi. But
Oh,
overall, the soundtrack from A New Hope is the best. It introduced all of the
I
the famous
guess.
motifs.
disagree
I
with
guess.
that.
I
It's the
guess.
best.
Does that count though? Because they're in
Yeah.
every. I
I
guess so.
disagree
I mean, well, in that case, then yeah, I
It
would say
didn't
New Hope
introduce
because
all the
that's
motifs.
where all of them exist. That's
What?
where they originate
It
from.
didn't introduce all the motifs.
What did?
Most of them.
It introduced a good amount of them,
The
but
majo-
not all of them.
like
the
you
Star
have
Wars theme, the
Luke's
Force
theme.
theme, the Binary Sunset theme,
Yes,
the
those are
TIE
always-
Fighter, like fighter jet.
Okay.
That wasn't a New Hope. I thought it was New
Yep.
Hope.
Yeah,
I guess it doesn't matter. Okay,
That's a New Hope.
that was what I was thinking of.
All these things that are like so like
It
used
didn't introduce
repeatedly.
Vader, or
Well, no,
Oh
the
yeah,
Imperial
the
March
Imperial
was Empire,
was Empire.
Yeah. that's what I'm saying.
which it didn't introduce that. You're right,
Yeah.
but I think all these other pieces of music are better.
I agree. I would say that Return is probably the best.
You might
'cause
be
it's got
right with
all
the
the
New
themes
Hope,
put
since
together.
I
from
guess
that trilogy.
If we're counting that, even though if we're counting all the stuff that exists in every single other one, if we're counting as a New Hope, then I'm gonna say New Hope
New
because
Hope.
that's. I mean that's
say
not
so.
fair, you know.
Hey, this is coming from a guy
Yeah.
that's A New Hope is his favorite Star Wars movie. So
It is not.
It's
It is
like
for me.
favorite.
it's like Empire, A New Hope is just barely underrated.
It's
New
just
Hope
a New
is
Hope
better.
is like introductory,
I love A New
Yeah.
Hope.
but it's good.
Anyways,
I love New Hope.
Blakely, what's your number 4?
My number
Just
4
stay
is
on topic, or-
we're sitting on topic. We're getting back to it. My number 4 is John Mellencamp.
I thought you were gonna say John
I
Williams.
thought that's
No.
what you were doing.
No,
You threw a circle.
that would be
you threw a
funny.
loop there.
but no, it's
No, we fucked with
it
that.
is another John. My number 4 favorite is Indian. Oh, sorry, excuse me, Indiana. I went like Indiana. How would you like? There's Missourian.
Jones?
What would
Indiana and
Indiana
Jones.
Jones? No, what is the proper term for a person from Indiana? Indiana?
Oh,
Wait,
Indianan?
oh.
do you guys remember Azure Asians?
Indianan? Is that
No.
right? Whatever. John Mellencamp from Indiana is my number 4 pick. I adore his style of rock and roll music. It has like a heartland Midwestern like twang and feeling to it. A lot of his music is about the struggles of the common man, the working class, about people who come from very like
It's true, he did.
salt of the earth means and people that I grew up around and like I as far as like people who make music about the sorts of people that I know and that I understand and that I've come to have a relatability towards, it's John Mellencamp. I feel like there's no other artist who has like my sort of like sense of like my life and like what he's writing about. Very similar.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no,
Wait.
he's a oh, computer cut out again.
It's okay.
We're still recording though. But
Yeah.
yes, I adore John Mellencamp. John
John
Cougar.
Cougar.
John Cougar Mellencamp, which
Mellencamp.
he's gone through a couple of phases. He was at
What?
first John Mellencamp.
Yep.
And then it was John Cougar, and now it's John Cougar Mellencamp. Or also just John Mellencamp, it just kind of depends. But
Where's the cougar comment?
I forget the exact origin behind that. I think he thought that Mellencamp was too boring, so he came up with John Cougar.
Because cougar is so cool.
It was the 70s, dude.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
different.
People called him JCM. That's awesome.
But I adore John Mellencamp, and my favorite album of his is Scarecrow. Scarecrow is a fantastic album. Rain on the Scarecrow, Small Town, Justice and Independence '85. He's a good example of a musician who made music that's like from a salt of the earth, like Midwestern working class origin. But what are you doing?
What do you want? You want this?
No, drink more.
No, I'm okay.
You really should drink more. He's a good example of a guy who is from really humble means, but he makes music that's very like socially progressive and very like, like fight the power sort of stuff. Like he makes music about you know, it borders on protest punk music.
Really?
Yes, like he makes a lot of stuff that's like, it's speaking truth to power. It's about um valuing small communities, but also at the same time fighting for social progression and to keep your superiors honest and about keeping true to his roots, but also trying to like extend himself forward and fight for the betterment of his community. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Gorgeous songwriting, and he's got a really cool, raspy sort of like like hard, throaty voice that like works really well for his stuff. And I love his music. And Scarecrow is a great album with a lot of great stuff on it that really is iconic in the landscape of rock and roll. So I love John Mellencamp a lot.
He's got some good stuff
A
out
lot
there.
of great stuff. Which my favorite John Mellencamp song is not on my favorite
Is
album.
that the one that we were listening to earlier?
Yes, it's kind of weird how like your favorite song of somebody's maybe isn't necessarily on your favorite album of theirs.
Yeah, I'm with that with Childish Gambino.
Right, because like your favorite album of somebody's can be like something that's like comprehensively like your favorite idea for what they're trying to go for, but maybe like there's a song that's outside of that
Yeah.
that's your personal favorite. Because my personal favorite Mellencamp song is Ain't Even Done with the Night.
Yep.
My personal favorite, which isn't all that,
Good song though.
it's a good song about like being in love and like youthful energy, and it's not like all that deep,
Yeah.
but
You know that song, Grant.
Which one?
You know that song.
you know the song.
They
'Cause
play it at
plays
Cheddar's.
every morning at Cheddar's
I
at like
ain't even done with the night. Bum, 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 dun, dun.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
that's how you start the morning at about 11:15.
Great
Oh
song.
my god. Yeah, I feel like that's about a right amount of time. 11:15, 11:45.
They
It's
usually
right-
play it
it's
at
around
night.
there.
They usually play it at night too.
I hear it in the morning.
I always heard it in the morning, like around open.
I always heard it at night.
But
Oh.
and that song is off of the album Nothing Matters and What If It Did.
Oh,
What a
okay.
great album title, by the way.
That's an interesting album title.
But I adore John Mellencamp.
As you should.
Yeah, it's a good artist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jake, what is your number 3 pick?
I have a question.
what's
Yeah.
up?
Can I go get another beer or two?
We can stall.
We can stall while you hop up and go and grab some.
Another beer, Blakely? Yes.
Yeah, I'll probably take one more Voodoo Ranger if you don't care. Down there while you're and open the because I don't have my keys on me. Grab a bottle opener while you're down there,
Yes.
or pop it off on the thing.
I don't know what my next one should be. I have like,
Stalling.
well, I have like 3 on here that I'm just like, ooh, these are all really good. I think you're gonna be surprised with my number 1. You're gonna be really surprised with that. It's not something that you would expect.
I am looking forward to hearing it.
It's
Which the bitch about my list is that you're gonna know what my number 1 is.
yeah,
I
but
just
that's
I do
okay,
have a
because
favorite.
like you just really like that.
I'm a true believer. What can I say? That's
You
me.
are. I've always liked mine. I've liked mine since I was a child, like a baby,
Mhm.
like a baby.
Kanye West.
No,
No.
but that's actually kind of a hint from my mother there. She might actually have an idea of who it is, but my number 1 is interesting. So
Okay. I'm
when I say it, you'll be like, ah, I understand.
I understand it now.
Grant is back. Thank you, Grant. I appreciate
Voodoo
you.
Ranger.
All right, you want to hear mine?
Number 3.
Okay. So my number 3 is gonna be someone that Grant has, Tyler the Creator.
Ooh. Okay.
Actually, no, we can share that. I'm actually glad that we share that.
Yeah. Tyler the
But
Creator
it's
is
really-
just Grant really put me on Tyler the Creator. I put Grant on Childish Gambino, and Grant put me really on Tyler the Creator. I was not a big
Yeah.
Tyler fan. I had heard a little bit of his stuff, but
I'm actually very excited to hear what you have to say.
man, I
I'm very interested.
love some Tyler the Creator. I really was disappointed that we couldn't go to that concert last month.
Mm.
It was very
Yeah.
upsetting,
I was a little broke.
and I was a little at the Super Bowl.
Busy.
I was at the Super Bowl, so I could not attend, unfortunately. But my favorite album from Tyler the Creator is an album called Igor. It is, in my opinion, his best album. It has a perfectly good theme to it, which I'm sure Grant will explain because I'm sure it's his favorite album too. I'm sure. Wait.
Well, it's
What?
my favorite, but I will choose a different answer
Okay.
just so I have something.
Oh,
new
just
to
like I
say.
was Sabrina. Okay.
Just so I have something new to
So
say.
explain Igor to us today.
Oh God, I might explain this wrong because I might get the theme.
I
wrong.
trust you. I think you can do it.
Well, okay, so essentially, isn't it about Tyler's love life with dealing with being bisexual? Isn't he bi?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole album about him being bi and being with a guy. I think I'm probably so wrong on this.
Yes, he falls in love with a guy.
Yes.
The plot is he's coming to term. Well, he's already come to terms with his feelings in the previous album, but this album is him really coming out and saying like, yes, this is a guy I like. However,
It didn't work out
because
because of something.
the guy he liked has a girlfriend.
There we go. That's why.
Mm.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
Classic story.
That's okay.
I knew a little bit of the theme of it, but
Yeah, that's
it is a whole story of that whole entire like dealing with that and coming to terms with it all. That is gonna really sound on the podcast.
Please.
well, yeah.
45 degrees. 45 degrees.
Steeper.
There you
There
go. There you go. Oh, that's a little too steep. Oh my
No,
goodness.
that's good.
Oh.
Actually, that's perfect. Turn as you need be.
The people that are listening are just like, what the hell are they doing?
Audio listeners love you to death.
We are
But-
doing ASMR with beer.
Overall, Igor is one of my favorite albums. I think it's got a beautiful story to it. And Tyler the Creator is a lyrical and I don't know, production genius. He also collaborated with a lot of people that were really cool. Like Pharrell Williams, he did that.
Yes,
that was really
he,
cool.
The Hat Man.
he consistently collabs with Pharrell, which is very cool. I like that
But
a
one
lot.
of his best songs on the album, which is the last song on the album, he collabed with Pharrell, and it is really good. Are we still friends?
Yes, yeah, I keep forgetting
Bum,
that.
bum,
He has the
bum,
four-
bum.
yeah,
'Cause
Pharrell
he does the
produced
4
that.
count. Pharrell always does his 4 counts.
Right.
So, yeah.
1,
Uh,
2.
And also, I had heard "Gone Gone Thank You" before I even knew it was Tyler the Creator, which is one of my favorite songs now.
Yes.
So, yeah, I really like that album. I think it's a great album. I almost said it. I just stopped myself.
Not your favorite,
But
but
I almost said the word. The word.
The word.
I almost said the word.
Igor is fantastic. I will
Drink.
take a drink for that because I agree.
It really is. Though.
Cheers to Igor.
Cheers to Igor. Minecraft.
Gentle, Blakely.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Ah,
France. Oh wait, did you want me to break that down some more?
let me break it down for you, Mark. Can we talk about it?
No. Nope. What's your number 3?
You sure?
What's your number 3?
You sure? Pretty sure.
I threw a trash bag into space. Sure.
Pretty sure. So, are we doing it in line? You know what? I'm not doing mine in order. I still want to
Right.
talk
We've
about.
established that.
I still want to talk about Tyler the Creator.
Isn't your number 3 the Tyler?
Is in my top 5. Yes, he is most likely my number 1. But I still want to keep talking about Tyler the Creator.
What is your favorite album? Because you're not going to choose Igor, but would you normally choose Igor?
My favorite album is Igor. That is my most listened to album. All of those songs I think are masterpieces, except for I Don't Love You Anymore.
Yeah. That's not a
I
great one.
did not care for I Don't Love You Anymore. I think it just is very repetitive. I think it has like a good message, but not that great. Boyfriend off of the physical versions.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Do we all agree?
I said it too. It's fantastic.
What would be your number 2 album then?
One more question on Igor. What is your favorite song? Are we still friends?
Go
Last
on,
one?
thank you.
That is my favorite song of all time is Gone Gone Thank You by Tyler the Creator.
It is a great song.
I
10 out of
If
10, no
you-
notes.
If you take anything away from this podcast and my guest appearance, please take 45 minutes out of your day and listen to Igor.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 45 minutes to listen to Gone Gone Thank You.
Or do that.
Or do that.
Listen
It's,
to,
it's a
listen-
long song. It's like a 5-minute song. It's
would-
pretty long.
It's about 7 minutes. I think.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes is well, yeah, 7 minutes is a sizable song. 5
It's-
Yeah, it's about 7 minutes.
That's a pretty long song.
It takes inspiration from Masayoshi Takanada's Thank You.
Oh my God, what is your second album?
Whatever.
We get so off track.
I love Tyler the Creator. My favorite artist has been for a while. My second favorite album is Call Me If You Get Lost, The Estate Sale specifically.
Really?
Yes.
It's called the estate sale.
Yes, because it's like DLC. It's like the extended version. So it's called The Estate Sale.
The Estate Sale.
And it's sort of, I guess, like him. I'm trying to find a. Someone said it one time, and Call Me If You Get Lost is the one that takes place right after Igor. I'll try to do this in 2 minutes. We'll speed run this. Call Me If You Get Lost is the one that comes right after Igor, and it's kind of like his victory run because he won an Emmy for Igor, and he had never thought that he would do
Grammy?
something like that. Did I say Emmy?
Yeah.
He won a Grammy for Igor, and he also performed at
Emmys
the
TV.
Grammys. Yes, it'd be cool if he won an Emmy. Tyler the Creator will have an EGOT.
He will have an EGOT one day.
Quote me on that.
Unless he starts acting, then I don't think that's gonna happen.
You'll see.
But,
see.
well, he is.
Or acting on Broadway.
You'll see.
Oh yeah.
He'll write a song.
My number one pick is one away from having an EGOT.
I know.
Who's that?
Wait,
One away.
Yes, one away. You're
One
right.
away.
Oscar. Or no, not an Oscar. He needs a
Emmy.
he needs
Yeah,
an Emmy
that-
for TV. Yeah.
that's what he needs. Yeah.
But the estate sale I think is great. It's his victory lap after Igor and winning a Grammy. So it's sort of him like talking about like he goes on vacation and he kind of just like writes songs about that. There is an overarching theme after Igor. Oh, there's lore to it.
Ooh.
There's lore. Basically, in Call Me If You Get Lost, there is a girl that he likes. However, she has a boyfriend. He really can't be attracted to single people.
He really should try that.
He really should try that. However, plot twist, I believe the girl that he sings about in Call Me If You Get Lost is his current girlfriend. I try not to like keep up too much in celebrity gossip, but I heard that and I was like, that's kind of interesting, if true. I don't know. Call Me If You Get Lost came out. I think it was okay. The Estate Sale, however, has some of my favorite songs of all time. I love Stuntman. I love Boyfriend Girlfriend. Boyfriend Girlfriend is like it's like a demo soundtrack, and yeah, Dogtooth is great. Sorry Not Sorry is probably maybe like it is one of his best songs ever, if not his best,
So,
because it's a reflective story on his entire career as of the past 10 or like 12 years. And it's if you watch the music video, it's basically him as Tyler like killing off his like past personas and like becoming himself. It's very
Pretty good.
cool.
so not Flower Boy.
Flower
Scum
Boy?
fuck Flower Boy.
Scum fuck Flower Boy I think is good.
What? By the way, what does that mean?
I don't know. That's the title.
That's awesome. By
That
the
is
way,
that is the legal name of the album, not the.
I was
not
hoping
the-
you would say that because sometimes it doesn't matter what it means. It's just a cool name.
It's just. I think that actually is. It's just a
It just
cool name.
matters, yeah.
Flower Boy. The more I listen to it, I really like "See You Again," and one of my favorite songs is You know what? I've forgotten it, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know which one you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about. It's the second. It's the second one on the album. It just doesn't have as many good songs.
Where's this flower bloom?
Where This Flower Blooms. It's just a very long.
Chromacopia.
Chromacopia is good.
Just not your favorite.
It might be recency bias. I think it might be better than Flower Boy. Flower Boy has, I'd say, like maybe 4 like really good songs on it, and the rest are like pretty good.
Okay.
But Chromacopia has some bangers. Balloon.
That's a pretty good song with Doji.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
Tyler the Creator, Cornucopia,
Chromacopia.
Chromacopia. Excuse me.
Yes.
So his number 2 though would be The Estate Sale. Call me if you get lost. The Estate Sale.
Igor's number 1, but we already talked about that. Estate Sale is
So your number
2.
3 is Tyler the Creator.
He's my number 1, of course, but that's the next one
Right,
in
but-
the list because you already talked about
Chromacopia being your favorite album besides Igor.
No. That's
Call Me If You Get Lost.
The Estate Sale.
Oh, I see.
it.
I was just
Chromacopia.
asking it what his other
Also-
thoughts on the albums were.
Tyler the Creator is the singer of the best version of Cherry Bomb.
Hmm. You see, we all have our favorites cherry bombs.
Firecracker like I'm ready to blow.
Which we'll go on and talk about that. I'm more sympathetic to Jake's than I am yours, I'm afraid. My
That's
favorites,
opinion,
because
man.
we all have our favorite songs called Cherry Bomb.
Mhm.
My favorite
Song.
is John Mellencamp's Cherry Bomb.
You should. Yeah, no, you did say that. Yeah,
Yeah. But I also love Joan Jett's Cherry Bomb,
it is good.
which is Jake's favorite.
Which is the best one?
It's
Well,
fine.
I do adore that song, but
Um,
yours is Tyler the Creator's Cherry Bomb.
and I will admit is the worst because it's a really bad song, but that's kind of why I like it because it's just loud and noisy and stupid, and sometimes that's fun to
Okay.
turn your brain off to.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
that's fair enough.
Sometimes that can be fun.
Yeah, it can't be.
But
We all have our guilty pleasures. of-
Jake's
of songs.
is the best Cherry Bomb.
I guess I'm outvoted.
Yep. Sorry.
But have you heard John Mellencamp's Cherry Bomb?
Not recently.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
That makes sense. Okay. Understood.
But
Blakely, what's your
Go ahead, Blakely. I'm
my number 3 favorite of all time. My number 3 favorite musical artist of all time is Jim Croce.
Whoa, what? I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, Jim Croce. He has kind of a sad and tragic story because Jim Croce's been dead for over 50 years. He died in 1973. He was on tour. He was on his way to his next tour date. Because Jim Croce was a folk musician through the late 60s, early 70s who married his wife and then had his son AJ. And I believe his wife's name was Ingrid. I'm gonna fact check that really quick. Hold on, can you pull it up? I feel bad if I get that
You're
wrong.
good. Keep talking.
I feel like it's Ingrid Croce, I believe was her name. Yeah, Google Jim Croce. Yep, that's him. It's spelled.
Ingrid Croce.
Yep.
You know what's crazy about Jim Croce? The first 2 syllables of his name are wild. Pretty bad.
Jim. Yeah.
Pretty rough.
An Italian man.
Interesting.
Fun fact. But no. Jim Croce. Oh, the computer got out again. But no, he was a folk musician who was married to his wife Ingrid. Who actually they made a couple of albums together. Like they were folk singers, kind of like in lieu of Johnny Cash and shit. What was his wife's name? It's not Roseanne.
Jenna Cash.
It was Roseanne Carter. That's right.
Roseanne Barr?
Carter. Yeah, like the Johnny Cash and Roseanne Carter.
Roseanne Barr.
I gotta double check this really quick.
Yeah,
Hold on.
she sucks.
Yeah, we don't like her.
We are not a fan. Oh fuck! I'm sorry. No, that's completely wrong. June Carter.
June Carter.
Cute.
Pardon my drunk ass. No, Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash.
Got
Kinda-
a drunkard over here.
yeah. No, in lieu of them, Jim Croce and Ingrid Croce were they did folk records together. They both co-sang on stuff. They had a son AJ. And Jim was on tour for a long time, and they put a strain on his family because he was away for a long time, and he put out his last album, which actually his last album that he recorded, I Got a Name,
Huh?
is that album. I Got a Name is what it's
Oh,
called.
The title.
Is the title.
That
Yeah,
was
you know the
confusing.
song I Got a Name is probably his most famous single. Or no, his second most famous. I
If-
got a name, I got a name.
I
No.
probably have heard
That
it. I
is
just can't
not
think of
hitting
it.
me.
I just can't
Okay.
listen to it.
I'm not going to fault you for that because it's over 50 years old, and
He
it's
died when my parents were like 3 years old.
yeah,
so-
he's been dead for a long time. Which, long story short, he was going to stop his music recording career to spend time with his family and to not worry about the traveling musician life. He died in a plane crash on his
Oh.
last tour.
Oh, that's
Really?
Him
Did
and
not know.
his accompanying guitar player and backup vocalist, whose name escapes me at the moment, but very tragic end to his life. It's very sad.
That sucks.
But he recorded, in my opinion, the best acoustic folk music to ever exist. My favorite album of his being "You Don't Mess Around with Jim,"
Mhm.
which is referring to himself, is a because you have songs like
Stranger Things.
yes, Bad Bad Leroy Brown
Yeah,
is in, which I believe that's in
that's in the 3rd season.
Life and Times. That's not the album I'm talking about, but that's a great song.
Yeah.
But no, wait, no, no, hold on.
No,
It
you
was
don't mess with Jim.
You Don't
is
Mess with Jim is the song
because
that.
his name is Jim Hopper.
Yes, that's right.
It's in the 3rd season.
I want the record to show I've seen one season of Stranger Things, the first one, so I don't want
Yeah,
to. Yeah, okay.
Hopper.
You're not
Jim
missing out
Hopper
much.
is singing
Yeah,
the song for reasons.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. I retract.
I guess
that.
that's clever. I can get behind that.
Yeah, but no. You Don't Mess Around with Jim is my personal favorite album of his. Photographs and Memories, Walking Back to Georgia, New York's Not My Home, Operator. You like these songs are like old songs that like I adore, that are in my opinion like folk acoustic masterpieces
Mhm.
that I think people should listen to. He had a way of making music that was really emotionally resonant with not a ton of accompaniments. It was just him and maybe a drummer, an occasional bass player, and his accompanying guitarist and backup vocalist who sang harmonies with him that are just gorgeous. And like
He had a good voice too.
he had an amazing voice. Like if you listen to him live, he sounds exactly as he does on a record, and
That's pretty cool.
that's not typical. Like
That's
most musicians
cool.
don't do that. That
that's nice.
and he is just he was an amazing musician, and it's so sad that he had such like he died whenever he was 30.
Oh,
He was 30?
He was 30 when
Wow.
he died, extremely young.
that sucks.
And he could have had a long life of making a lot of great music, but he was taken far too soon. Lot of musicians who die, a lot of musicians who die in plane crashes. Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and
Yeah.
Buddy Holly died in a plane crash?
yeah, the day the music died.
The
the-
the Weezer guy?
yes, the Weezer guy. Who he's not the Weezer guy.
I-
Buddy Holly is an
I hear Buddy
incredibly
Holly.
influential figure in rock and roll music, but yes,
But also, he's the Weezer guy.
He is
yeah,
Who are you?
yeah, but
I'm sorry.
it's okay. He was only one of the most important figures in music, and you've reduced him to a joke about Weezer, and that's fine. But
I had to.
yes, I adored that album, and Jim Croce had a way of encapsulating feelings of longing and loneliness and abandonment and of romantic desire and heartbreak, in putting that in ways that are lyrically so like tight and compact and yet so resonant and stick out in my mind. Time in a Bottle
That's a great song.
is on You Don't Mess Around with Jim.
Really,
This is that album.
I like that song. Oh, I know the album cover. I know what you're.
Yes,
Yeah.
like him peeking out of the door.
Yeah,
Yes, gorgeous. He wrote that about his son AJ.
that's a good album.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, Grant is looking it up. Time in a Bottle. It's definitely his most played song. Yeah, it's right there. You Don't Mess Around with Jim.
Yep,
Mm.
that's it.
Okay.
Um,
Can't see it much, but
Jim wrote that song about his son AJ, who I saw in concert at the Galois
Really.
a couple of months ago.
Oh, that's
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
He did a tour where he played his dad's music and also his own original stuff, which is fantastic. AJ is probably like, I said fantastic. Did I set it down too quickly?
No, it doesn't count. Oh my.
Thank you, Jake, for catching that because I did not. Squirty. I'm guilty of that pretty often, of setting my beard out too quickly.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Thank you, boys. But no, AJ played a concert. He's a master piano player.
That's cool.
I mean, the guy's like a virtuoso. I mean, like, he was fantastic. Like, you know, there's some of the best I've seen live. I've seen. God damn it! I'm not.
You have
Yeah.
to. I'm sorry. We're not trying to kill them all.
They're gonna teach me to not say the word fantastic ever again.
Say that again.
But no.
He is
Uh,
very, very good.
He's a fantastic player, and he's actually like. God damn it!
My God.
I say that word a lot, don't I?
It's crazy. Phenomenal. I mean, did you use it? Use it 3 times
3 times in a row.
to describe the
Oh my
exact.
God, I used the word.
so
Okay, let
funny.
me
Keep going.
rephrase. AJ is a phenomenal piano player.
Oh my gosh.
He's actually about 80% blind.
Really?
Because fun fact, whenever Jim died, Ingrid remarried, and AJ's stepdad beat the shit out of him growing up,
Oh my God.
and
Ooh.
rendered him mostly blind.
Wow, that's like actually horrible.
And
okay.
AJ's wife also died of, I think, of cancer. Probably like a little less than 10 years ago or something. So he's had a very hard life. His dad died whenever he was in infancy, and his wife died just like, you know, less than 10 years ago.
Sucks.
Very sad.
What is he? Maybe 50 now.
He's in his 50s, yeah, at this point. But he's a fantastic musician, which I think is worth noting. Look up AJ Croce, fantastic music. God damn it!
You had to drink twice. You said
Wow,
it twice,
twice.
man.
Jesus, yeah.
You
Can
have
we
to
take this
drink-
rule away? I like that.
Technically, you're supposed to drink
No.
twice.
I like that word.
It's a good
I like that word a
word.
lot.
One might say it's
Yep.
fantastic.
Anyway, I've been trying to express the love for my love for these 2 artists, and I've been forced to drink repeatedly.
I'm so
about it,
sorry.
it's okay.
I'm so sorry. Should we just like keep a tally and then like when you finish your statement?
Yep. But anyway,
Sorry, I'm trying to cool my head off real
put
quick.
your head off. I adore Jim Croce. I adore his music, and
Ew.
you don't mess around with Jim, or you don't mess with Jim, is my favorite album, Jim Croce's. So that's my
You guys will be shocked about my number 2.
What is your number 2 pick, Jake?
My number 2 is Fleetwood Mac, which I have boasted about multiple times as being my number 1.
Wow.
Right now, it's my number 2.
Because whenever Jake, we met for the first time about 4 years ago now,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's been Fleetwood Mac.
It's always been Fleetwood
That's
Mac.
been the favorite.
It's always been you.
Things have changed. It doesn't mean that I don't love Fleetwood Mac still.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love them so much. And I was very upset because my mom and dad no, just my mom and dad went to go see a Fleetwood Mac tribute cover band the other week, and I had to miss it because I didn't drive back home in time. Very upsetting, but that was when we did the bar crawl.
You missed that to go to bar crawl with me?
Buddy, I thought the bar crawl was gonna be so much better.
Dude, if you would have said, hey, hell, I would have gone with you. Why didn't you
I
stop?
can't go.
Tell
I'm
me.
going to Fleetwood Mac. That's understandable.
I didn't know. I would have driven to St. Louis to go watch that. Why didn't you just tell me?
Just thought that
Aren't-
maybe you would rather do the bar crawl.
No, I wouldn't have, actually.
Half of them dead.
One of them's dead.
One of them's dead, and one of them likes cocaine.
She
One
used
of
to.
them-
She used to.
One of them used to like cocaine.
Christine McVie is dead.
dead.
Stevie Nicks used to like cocaine a lot.
A lot.
Fleetwood's alive.
Fleetwood's not a person.
Mick
His last name is Fleetwood.
Fleetwood.
Yeah, true. But it's not like okay. Anyway, but
It's the guy.
Lindsey Buckingham is not a part of the band anymore. But yeah, my favorite album from Fleetwood Mac is the album Rumored.
Oh, yeah.
That is the album.
It's got my favorite song ever, The Chain. I was trying to think, is that my favorite song ever? Yeah. That is my
I was
favorite
thinking
song.
it was at the Dreams or the Chain.
No, it's the Chain.
The Chain. Okay.
By far. I like Dreams. I don't love Dreams as much as everyone else does. But Chain is my favorite song of all time. I love that album. It's just, I mean, you listen to that whole album, I mean, there's not a bad song on there. It's perfect.
True.
Yeah.
I own that on CD, actually.
Keep stalling. I'm going to hit the head, as they say.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
He's
it.
going to bed.
He's leaving us now.
Yep. Going to bed.
I guess that gives me a good second to prepare.
Okay, keep talking.
I'm looking at the album. I'm looking at the album. But yeah, you start with like amazing songs like Secondhand News, which is like a great like slow intro into the album. Go into Dreams and Never Going Back Again, which are just two great songs. I don't know the theme of the album, honestly.
It's just like
It's just like
the vibe.
I just love the
Yeah.
vibe. I love the songs. I mean, they're all just really good. I've listened to this album
I'm gonna say I've listened
100 times.
I would say I've maybe listened to it like 5 times. I couldn't really tell you a theme. It's just like
It's
it's just like good.
It's
It's just like good.
usually.
It's just good, catchy music. I agree. I feel like I remember there being actually one slow song on there.
There's a couple. Gold Dust Woman is one of them, which is like one of the last songs on the album. That's a slower song.
Gold Dust Woman is slow. I can't really name any, but yeah, no, like I can understand why Rumors and Fleetwood Mac is your favorite. Like I have never in my life listened to a Jim Croce song. Sorry, Blakely. I have never actually heard of that guy. The only reason why I know
Well, you've heard Jim Croce.
Okay, I've heard Jim Croce. The only
You know Time in a Bottle. You know that song.
I will listen to it afterwards.
You know
and I'll be like,
that song because it's in X-Men: Days of Future Past when Quicksilver runs around.
Okay.
Time and bottle.
You know that song.
Okay. Okay.
Are we talking about Jim Croce again? No. We're done talking about Jim Croce. He was just
But
saying
we
that he
were
didn't think
talking
he knew
about
Jim Croce.
Yes, and I was like, I've never heard it, but I guess it is the Quicksilver scene.
That is his biggest hit for sure. But
It's not his best.
well, it's one of.
Yeah.
But like he I mean I adore his music, and there's a lot more to listen to.
But yeah, Fleetwood Mac. That is
Lubricant.
my number 2 now. My number 1 is there's a reason for it, but yeah, my number 2 is Fleetwood Mac right now.
Okay.
I love them still with all my heart, but they are not my number 1 right now, which is okay. That's okay.
That is okay.
That's okay.
Tastes change and they evolve.
Yeah.
It's okay. Grant,
Mm.
you're number 2.
Oh. I actually didn't think about this. I'm gonna say Kali Uchis.
Wow.
That's not my no. Okay.
Who's
Again,
that?
these are just like these
These are
like-
out of order, yeah.
These are out of order. These are 5 artists that I'm listening to like right now.
This is Tyler the Creator's work wife.
What?
Work wife.
I guess.
Like how SZA and Kendrick work together all the time.
Kind of like how Crystal's
Well,
wife. Like, it's just like
I mean, SZA and Kendrick Lamar are in the same production company, record company.
Yeah, they also work together all the time.
You know, actually, it might be
Say
Kendrick
that name
Lamar.
one more time.
Kali Uchis.
Yeah, legitimately, I've never heard of this before.
Really? You know, I'm just what is it? I'm just a fart away.
Flight
I'm just-
away.
I'm just a flight away.
It'd be difficult
Moonlight,
to explain her songs without you actually like listening to them.
After the Storm.
She's a Latin
Grant,
she's a
I-
Latin singer.
right now.
I gotta be real. I've never heard you mention
It's
her
time to be
before,
real.
Or
I okay, what I did is before we started, I looked at my playlist that I just made for the summer, and I looked at who was on there the most, and Kali Uchis was on there quite a bit. Dollar Bills featuring Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy also very good.
You just have to listen to this person. You wouldn't
Can
understand.
you say hi to my mom? Can you be quiet?
What? Oh, those are song names. I was like, what?
No, that's the thing from the. Can you say hi to my mom? Can you be quiet?
Oh yeah, Steve Lacy.
Dollar Bills and Steve Lacy is one of a great. I don't know what the name of that album is.
What?
You know, it's the one where it's the blue and she's laying down. What is that called? I don't know. I just know that I have a lot of those songs in my liked songs and in my playlists.
okay.
Yeah, very quick.
You would really have to just listen to her to understand.
Yeah. It's just like very like laid back, chill.
Installation.
Yes. Thank you. I was blanking on the name.
Really, you just
I don't
What is your
know
favorite
if
album
it's-
by Kali Uchis?
Probably this one.
Yeah,
Am I pronouncing that correctly? Kali Uchis.
Installation.
Caliuchis.
She's not consistently. I'm sure she's not consistently in like my top 5. Right now, that's what I'm listening to. Is Callie just
She's got a lot of good songs.
she has a she's very consistently good, and she's good on features, and I feel like she has a lot of good features as well. She's dating Don Toliver, Peanut Butter House.
You don't know who Don Toliver is either. That's okay.
Sure don't.
That's okay.
Dr. Nefario. That's who it is.
What?
Oh my god.
Don't even.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Please. Thank
Who
you.
in the fuck is Dr. Nefario?
From Despicable Me.
The dude with the bowl cut?
Yes.
Vector.
The little
That's
scientist.
Vector. Dr. Nefario is Russell Brand.
The little scientist.
She's dating Russell Brand.
No.
Oh,
That
this joke
was
has gone
Katy
far.
Perry. Russell
I'm-
Brand voices Gru's old man assistant. Do you remember that? Dr. Nefario.
Dude, I haven't watched Despicable Me since I was like 10. I don't. I don't watch baby movies. I don't know what this fucking shit is. What is that?
I haven't seen Despicable Me in a minute.
Okay, well then perhaps I have a poorer memory than these two do, because I don't know who the
Yeah.
fuck that is.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
I
don't
thought
need to
you
worry.
said boogie robots.
You don't need to worry about it.
What?
Don't worry about it. Again.
Um,
But Caliuchis is your number, whatever on your
I
list.
just
Top
the,
five?
the fourth one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I missed the album.
Isolation is what it's called.
Isolation.
It's called Isolation.
Okay.
I forgot it.
Blakely, what's your second favorite? John
Shut the hell up. Don't ruin it.
Williams.
Yeah,
We all know.
I think we've all figured it out. My second favorite artist of all time. Musical composer, band, or solo artist.
John Williams.
It's John Williams. John Williams is an auteur, is a maestro. He is our modern Mozart.
Yep.
He is Bach.
Okay, smart guy.
Amadeus.
Dictionary word in there.
Fucker, these are people who are like famous composers who are like stand the test of time. For these are people who are like, hey, these people conduct orchestras.
John Williams.
That are
is
sent this
the
time.
Will be.
Do not belittle knowing the greats. You sound like a Trump supporter.
Oh no.
Do not do this shit.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not a part of this right
I'm
now.
sorry. Somewhere I messed up. Somewhere along the line I messed up
did.
so bad that you called me a Trump supporter. I'm
I
so
did.
sorry.
You are belittling knowing the greats and things.
Yes, and I will let you continue. I will keep quiet now. You have
you start
opened
because-
my eyes.
No, I don't want you to cover. I don't want you to be quiet. I just want you to not say odd shit.
I want you to stop saying
Odd shit. Okay, can you do that for me?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Feel free to chime in. I do appreciate commentary, but just don't say shit like that.
Yes. Yes.
Can you explain why you like John Williams? I'm
Just
sitting here-
saying.
half of this podcast has just been me sitting here just like,
Hmm.
they've been arguing quite a bit, haven't they?
We really haven't.
I feel like you and Jake have more.
Oh. Okay.
I don't feel like we've argued at all.
You said modern Mozart.
Yeah. So what?
That's where you left off.
Oh yes. No. I was saying to give a point of reference. Like there have been like these guys who compose big band orchestras for hundreds of years. I think that John Williams is our closest modern equivalent of that.
I would agree with that.
I
And-
agree with that.
A lot of people belittle him because he is primarily a movie soundtrack orchestra composer.
He's done more than that.
And well, he has, but I don't think that's a reason to belittle him.
No.
Just because he does it for movies doesn't make the music of any less quality.
Yeah, yeah.
The music is the music; it stands on its own.
if anything, it helps. It attaches it to something.
It does because like it lets people know about it because it introduces the wider masses into like what he's doing,
Mhm.
and I think that's important because if you have like you're doing the thing that like appeals to a lot of people, that exposes you or it exposes them to your art.
Yeah.
So it's It's important. I adore John Williams. I think that he has a sound. He has a predisposition to like really valuing the big live band sound,
Yeah.
the horns, the strings, like all of these things that like a lot of modern composers kind of forsake a little bit. Like I love Hans Zimmer, I really do. But what's missing from his music? Horns.
He doesn't do it often.
He doesn't have horns. He doesn't have woodwinds very often. It's not
No.
in his music really, and I think it's a big part of an orchestra sound.
I agree.
That's completely missing, and John Williams is that. I mean, countless soundtracks.
So
you know-
you'd say that your favorite would be also Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
It wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't. I like it's important to note all the stuff that he's done. Jaws, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, E.T.
Oh, yeah, he did do E.T. Closing Out
Encounters of the Third Kind, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But there is one that is my favorite, and it's Superman.
Ah. Couldn't tell if you were going to do Jaws or Superman.
It's Jaws is great, but I would probably put Indiana Jones and Star Wars before that.
Oh, then Superman.
Then Superman.
Okay.
Superman is my favorite.
Really?
For sure. Well, first of all, it goes without saying, and I'll get into the other stuff later. The main Superman theme song
Of course.
is quintessential.
That is the character.
That is the character. I couldn't have said it better myself. Whenever I was talking to Jake about this before. The CW TV show Superman and Lois is really good.
Never seen it.
It's really good. All of the actors, Tyler Hoechlin, who's Lois? Oh shit.
I don't know.
Rachel Brosnan.
Elizabeth Taylor, I want to say. Is that right?
Nah, but you're close. It's Elizabeth Duloc or
Duloc?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to get this right because she deserves to have this correct.
I think it's Duloc.
Is that show actually really good?
Yeah, it actually
Yeah,
is
it's
pretty
really good.
I've-
Oh shit, Bitsy Tulak, you're correct.
Bitsy Duloc.
Excuse me.
Darn it.
Sorry, for some reason, who the hell is Elizabeth Taylor? Who am I thinking of?
have
You're
no
thinking
idea.
of Duloc.
Am I?
Yeah.
I apologize, Bitsy Tulak, if you're listening to this
Don't.
podcast. I'm so sorry. You are a fantastic Lois Lane.
She is very good.
Tyler Hoechlin, Bitsy Tulak, the other ones, they're all great. But whenever you're watching Superman do Superman things in that show, there's one thing missing.
His theme.
John Williams' Superman music.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right. He is such a quintessential composer that whenever he makes a piece of music for your character and that character appears in something else without his music, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's how influential he is. The man is an auteur. I mean,
Hey, we agree. We all have him on our
yes,
list.
there is no better film composer, and
Yeah.
he's in his early 90s now. That is going to be a very, very sad day whenever he passes.
Very sad headline.
I'm gonna be really upset whenever that day happens.
Yeah.
Thank that newest Indiana Jones movie was a complete piece of shit, but at least he got to do the soundtrack for that movie, and it was very good.
One last time.
And his scores for the newest Star Wars movies are good. He came up with good pieces of music for those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
his quintessential,
Best
top of the
album.
mountain album for me
Superman.
is Superman.
Understandable.
He made a great theme song. He also, because the movie goes through three phases. It starts on Krypton. The middle part is Superman growing up on Earth in Smallville. And then the third part is him becoming Superman and living in Metropolis and doing Superman things. And he managed to create pieces of music that encapsulate like a space sort of like, extraterrestrial feel for the Krypton stuff.
Yeah.
He managed to make a warm, like it makes you nostalgic for a time perhaps that you didn't live through.
Yeah.
Even if like we are, we're from Missouri, but like me specifically, I'm from small town, Midwest. Like that sort of music makes me feel like I'm at home, because he created something that encapsulates that, like a small town in Kansas.
Yeah.
And then you also have the bombastic big feeling
good.
Superman heroic music. He had to do a lot for that movie, and
And he killed it.
He all of it is impeccable.
Yeah.
And
Pretty darn perfect.
that's my pick.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It's a very good pick.
John Williams with the Superman soundtrack.
I'll
Jake?
run through my honorable mentions real quick. We don't need to go in depth. I'll just say them real
Ooh,
quick.
okay. Yeah, we should all probably list. Honorable mentions.
Okay.
That could be fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Just name them. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis
And
And the news.
in the news. Queen.
Ooh, yeah.
And the news.
Kendrick Lamar.
Of
SZA.
course.
Childish Gambino because I didn't say him. And a guy that I've been listening to a lot lately is Jorge Rivera Herans.
Just changed him.
It's he does Epic the musical. The musical about
okay.
the Odyssey. He's a
Right.
singer.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
So yeah, he's very good. And I like all those artists. Not enough to put them on my top 5 right now, but I like all those artists. They're very good.
Sure.
Yeah, you go.
My honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Not. Well, should we do all of our honorable mentions and then we all do our number ones, or should we do?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
All of our honorable
Okay.
mentions.
So
Okay.
yeah, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Mine. Okay. I have a. You know what? No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have a final unique pick that you probably won't see coming because I just thought about it. So my honorable mentions. I'm gonna say Thundercat
Okay.
because I really
I
I
like
like-
that a lot.
it's funky, it's fun, it's pretty, it's just really chill music. I like it. Mac DeMarco,
Oh, I should have put him down. I like him a lot.
same reasons, really. I like the vibe of his music. These last two are tough. Tame Impala, of course, very good. If you've listened to it, everybody knows Tame Impala is great. Another honorable mention, I'm just thinking about it. Gorillaz.
Ooh.
Really like the Gorillaz.
Really?
Yeah. I like the Gorillaz. Plastic Beach is my favorite album. That is like their best one. Like everyone can agree on that. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But my last honorable mention is Frank Ocean.
Yeah. He's problematic as a person, but he makes good music.
He's not problematic. He's just a recluse, and everyone takes every little bit of information about him and makes
He's
it
a little
big.
problematic.
And they make a big stink about it. He
canceled on Coachella.
he
in the
canceled
last
on
minute.
Coachella because everyone was bullying him because he was late because he didn't like what he was doing. That was a little bit of a mess up on his part.
Yeah.
But he makes great music. Channel Orange, I own it on CD. It is top like 5 albums for me.
It's pretty good.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Blakely.
That's my honorable mentions.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna give myself 4
Okay.
honorable mentions. The Beatles,
Okay. Good band.
the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna give myself 5.
Okay.
These are mine. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers,
Yep.
Queen,
Yeah.
Mhm. Is that too, right?
Yeah.
and Huey Lewis and the News.
No Fleetwood Mac.
And the news.
And
Ouch.
the News.
Wow.
No Fleetwood Mac.
Those are all of my honorable mentions. Who I all adore their music. It just did not quite make my top 5 favorite.
No Fleetwood Mac.
No Fleetwood Mac. Although I do love Fleetwood Mac a lot.
Well, Blakely, you actually said my number 1, actually.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. From Liverpool.
How about that?
We are the Beatles
From Liverpool.
from Liverpool. Oh,
Beatles,
Paul's a fat cunt.
Why'd you? Why was that
Jeff
British
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum?
No, it was Paul Rudd doing John Lennon. Was my impression, from Walk Hard.
Walk Hard.
That was my impression.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The Beatles are my number one favorite band right
That
now.
is-
Or artist or whatever.
That is highly respectable. I do understand that a lot.
Abbey Road is their best album. It is their best album. It is their best album.
Jake and I disagree on this, and
Okay.
you know what? The consensus is with Jake on this, so I can be sympathetic.
Come
Explain.
together.
Explain.
Something. Oh, darling. You don't like Octopus's Garden.
No,
I know
because
why
it's
it is.
fucking awful. Octopus's Garden is a
That's-
terrible song.
Isn't that Ringo's song?
Yes, that's Ringo's song, and Ringo could not write a song to save his fucking life. Fun fact: drummers cannot write songs. Sorry to tell you, they don't have the instinct for it. The one exception to that,
Jesus.
it's true. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's your one exception?
I'm in love with my car, by Roger Taylor.
Jesus, I'm sorry, Austin.
Oh.
You know what Austin hasn't done?
What?
Written a song.
He probably has. You just have not given him the time of day.
He hasn't.
Well,
I think-
anyways.
Well, hold on. Sorry.
Sorry. You're talking right now. However, Blakely's talking right now.
I just
Keep going.
Finish. I'm sorry. Finish your sentence.
Keep talking.
I would actually like to hear what you have to say.
let me expand upon that.
Keep talking.
Yes.
I love you, Austin. It's not that he couldn't write a song, it's that he can't write it because he's a drummer. He could write it because of other reasons. Because he also plays piano. He
Yes.
has other instrumental influences. Somebody cannot write a song because they're a drummer. It doesn't ever work out. Because they have no melodic instinct. Because that's not the role of a drummer.
I want you next episode have Austin on here. Repeat what you said.
I will, to his face. I will
Okay.
say, you can
Yeah.
I
and
will
then
tell
we'll
him,
see.
you can write a song if you wanted to, not because you're a drummer, but because you play other instruments. Drummers inherently don't have melodic instinct because they don't play an instrument that has melody. They provide the beat. There is no melody to drums.
Just say he's right. You're just providing the beat. I'm not saying he can't write songs.
He can, but not because he's a drummer, but because he plays piano and he plays a little bit of guitar, but not because he's a drummer.
Wasn't Dave Grohl a drummer?
He was, and then he played guitar too.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I don't like the Foo Fighters very much. I want to throw that out
Foo
there.
Fighters.
Huge fan of Dave Grohl's Adultery. Did
I know
not
his sound
did
like that.
not know his music sounded.
Okay,
like
are you
that.
done mocking me? Or, am I good to move on to Jake?
So there's also Here Comes the
Okay.
Sun
I feel valued in that statement.
because Sun King. Oh, You Never Give Me Your Money. That's a good song. She came in through the bathroom window, and then the three. I wish they were the last songs, but the three songs that all interconnect with each other, and they're absolutely perfect.
Yep.
In every single possible way, they are perfect. Golden Slumbers, and to carry that weight into the end.
I agree.
Perfect. It's a trilogy of songs. Beautiful masterpiece. Paul McCartney, you absolutely killed it. I love you so much. You did
You
it.
were absolutely correct.
Did you know
That is the best trilogy of songs I've ever heard. It is
he
Well,
actually
I don't agree with that,
while
but
he
it
was
is
3 back-to-back songs.
Yeah.
while he was live playing Live and Let Die, he actually blew up.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to put in the clip of him singing that song. Just the
No, please do that.
There's a lot of video work.
I'm sorry, that made no sense.
I also
You know why
Audio
he wrote,
listeners
Grant,
love you
Grant.
to death.
Don't tell him. Grant, pop quiz.
I
Why-
don't know.
Why did Paul McCartney write
I
Live and
don't
Let
know.
Die?
you actually do know.
You know. What was that song written for?
Jude, hey Jude.
He actually wrote that song way after the Beatles broke up.
This is in the early 70s
I don't know.
for a James Bond movie
Oh, really?
called Live and Let Die, starring Roger Moore
Never saw
in
that one.
1973.
I saw some of the Pierce Brosnan ones, and I saw maybe a Sean Connery one. That's it. That's all I saw.
Again,
It's a good song.
I don't fault other people for not knowing this because this shit came out 50 years ago, so it's fine.
It did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that album so much. I listen to it all the time, especially the deluxe edition,
That's cool.
because the song "Something" has a not remastered. It's like a draft version of it, and it sounds really good. It's
The-
like in a different key. It's the song "Something," and
In a different key.
they play in a different key. It's on the Super Deluxe Edition, and it's the studio demo. It's really, really good. I like it a lot.
Cool.
So that would be my number one band right now. I listen to all their stuff right now.
And this is a big point of contention between Jake and I, is that he prefers the later experimental
ask.
stuff.
Blakely likes some more rock and roll
I
stuff.
like the more rock and roll plain stuff in the beginning. Like Please Please Me is my favorite Beatles album. And that came out in
Please.
62, I believe. 62, 63, something like that.
I
Yeah,
don't
around
think
that
they're
time.
alive.
Like I prefer the what'd you say?
He said, "I don't think we were alive."
I
You have
didn't thi-
no valid input on anything.
On the Beatles, no. No, I do not. I
You
have
can say
not
that they're a
listened.
good band, a very good band.
I like their music, but I don't really listen to them consistently.
Well, honestly,
but you like a lot of the older rock stuff. You don't like the stuff when you don't like the music when they start using drugs.
Correct.
Yes.
when they went to India and got high every day.
Beatles, please stop fighting here in India.
I'm the
Watch
leader of the
walk hard.
Beatles.
Yeah, it's so
Oh, hi, Paul.
yeah, but I respect the choice a lot.
Yeah, ever since you're gonna roll your eyes. Ever since going to Liverpool in person, in going to the Beatles
No,
museum.
I get that a lot.
Ever since going to the Beatles museum, I've just nonstop listened to their music. It's very, very
Well, here's the thing: whenever you go and see the places that your favorite music was written in,
Well, I didn't get to see the places actually, unfortunately. But I did get to see
yeah,
the museum.
the general area,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, it gives you a more personal connection to
Yeah.
that. It makes you like view it in a slightly different way. So
Do I
understand.
love all the guys? I don't
Love
really like
Ringo.
I don't really
Love
like a lot of
Ringo.
things. that
John Lennon loved to beat his wife, but
Yeah,
that's the,
I don't like
that's
a lot of things
besides the
about
point.
John Lennon.
And
but
Yoko Ono loved to make shitty
Noise.
music.
Yeah, do I like
So-
Yoko Ono? No.
I
Did,
like
did
her
she
part
deserve to be beaten? No.
The Christmas.
So
I like the Christmas.
that is a great song.
And
I
she
agree.
definitely had a part in writing that. So
Yeah.
But overall, the Beatles are my favorite band right now. I listen to them all the time, and I think Abbey Road is their best album and one of the best albums of all time.
I
That's a
have
respectable
Abbey
band.
Road on vinyl.
Really,
I do.
it's a
Yes,
great
you do.
album.
I've seen it.
Grant.
I have one more honorable mention. I do like ABBA a lot.
Ooh,
I feel like
okay.
I want to throw that out there. I was just thinking about that.
It's my favorite dance music.
Right. It's like the best kind of like like party, club music.
Absolutely.
I have an out there final pick. You would understand it. You have no idea what I'm talking about. It's not someone that I listen to consistently, but it is the best, like, just melodic and like study music ever. I'm going to say Toby Fox
Oh,
for my
that's
my
a-
number one.
That's a great
Yes,
choice.
yes. Do you
What
agree
did
with me?
Toby Fox make?
Toby Fox made I think he went to school for like he's a composer first. So he went to music school, but he made a video game called Undertale,
Oh, I see. Okay.
which is a huge it's a huge cult classic
Right.
indie game. And it's very well known for its music.
Because its music's the best part of the album.
Yeah,
Like, or the
the-
entire thing.
The music, if it weren't for the music that Toby Fox made for his the entire game is just him, which is very impressive. But if it wasn't for the music that he made for it, the game would be like pretty good, maybe
Yeah,
fine.
maybe
It'd be
okay.
fine on fine standards, but the music that he plays for everything, it feels like it has a place. It feels like it has meaning. And like the boss fights are so powerful. You really feel like you're fighting in it. And
That
like, the
music's got
talent-
that music's got a story to it.
Yeah, I've honestly never played Undertale. So
It is
I
it is
You don't
a
even need
good-
to play Undertale to listen to the music, though. That's the
listen to
thing.
music. Okay.
Because I didn't play Undertale. I still haven't even finished Undertale.
Really.
And I listened to the music. He's been my number one listened to person on Spotify for 4 years now.
Yeah, because it's good. It's just good like background music.
It is. I've
It's
been playing it on my
it's
streams all the
great-
time.
Yeah, it's great study music. I go to a YouTube video that's called what's it called? Death by Glamour, but only the good part, and it's a 15-minute
Yeah.
video. I click on that and I loop that until like I finish what I'm doing, finish like the essay I'm writing or test I'm taking.
Everyone probably has heard of at least one of the songs.
Oh, it's
Because
viral.
you've probably heard of Megalovania, which is that.
It's-
If it sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You know
that is like their
Sans
most.
the
That's
skeleton. Maybe
he's in Smash Bros.
Oh my god. Yes, he is.
Either way, it's an iconic character. That's a great choice, Grant. That's a fantastic
Yes.
choice. That is
Yeah.
probably my top two favorite.
What's the name one more
composer.
time? Toby.
Toby Fox.
Fox.
And he also has like a sequel game
Deltarune.
called Deltarune that he's like actively like creating new chapters for. And the music for that is also
Very good.
very good. I think Undertale is my favorite,
Yeah.
but Deltarune also has like good stuff in there.
Undertale
sure.
is just so well done. What a fantastic album that is.
Yeah, it came into my head like maybe like 20 minutes
I've
ago.
heard a lot of people talk about how great Undertale is as a game.
It was 99 cents on Steam
Was it?
a couple days ago.
Well, I have too many games to play
Yeah,
through
it's-
anyway.
yeah, it's-
Undertale is
I
unfortunately not the top.
I feel
of my
like
priority list.
you would start playing it and it probably wouldn't. You would say, "Oh, it's not for me,"
It's
which
pro-
is
it's-
understandable.
It's probably,
not a game that you would enjoy, but
and that's fine.
yeah,
Everybody has their thing.
to each their own or teach their own, whatever it is.
No, not teach their own, because that
This guy doesn't.
that prioritizes the
This guy doesn't
privatization
get
of
it.
the education system,
Which we are getting rid of.
which we're against. It's a podcast.
Apparently. Oh,
Are we
because it's a pod. Oh. Where are we at?
Jake, you and I are against the privatization of public education.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm saying
Okay.
we're against
Okay.
that.
Yes, sir.
I misheard you. Okay, of course.
Who is your number one?
So, ladies and gentlemen, it will come as no surprise that my number one favorite musical artist in the history of mankind of all time is Mr. Bruce Frederick Joseph Springsteen. Is my favorite. Yeah, you can.
Who could have guessed that?
Who could have guessed that?
That's not what my guess would have been.
Really?
No.
Oh fuck. Where do I start?
Back when I was a lass. A little lass.
We'll give you 15 minutes.
That's fair. I can explain it.
Whole time. Holy
15 minutes.
crap.
That's
Bruce
not
Springsteen
quite
is in
for him.
uh,
You can.
oh yeah. So Bruce, in my opinion, is the best lyricist to ever live. The guy is able to put in a 3-minute song in what a lot of people can't express in their whole lifetime, as far as like what the experience of the human experience is, and
It's pretty
putting-
good.
putting that into a short burst of musical entertainment.
Yes.
Nobody else does it the way that he does. And there's nothing so inspiring as a guy from a low income household from rural New Jersey becoming one of the rock and roll titans of his generation.
Yeah.
He was the rock and roll titan of his generation, actually. There was no bigger rock and roll figure in 1984 than Bruce Springsteen.
True.
The release of Born in the USA was instrumental. I mean, it changed the whole landscape for what popular music was. Oh my God.
Not born. Oh no, yeah, it was born. in the
Which is
USA.
okay, hold on. That's not my favorite.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We're getting ahead of
but, like,
ourselves.
Yes.
I'm just saying that the
Yes.
release of that album was a cultural titan that changed things.
Right.
I mean, it was huge. His most, like, you know, his highest attendance concerts exceed like 150,000 people.
It's quite a bit.
A concert that he played in the late 80s during the what was it called? It was
Live Aid.
no, it was kind of his
Was he
version.
there for that?
No, he wasn't, which he actually regrets, by the way. He could have been, but he chose not to because Live Aid happened. It was in between one of the legs of the Born in the USA tour, and he was
Mm.
exhausted, and he chose not to because he had been on tour for like a year and a half at that point.
Understandable.
Yeah, but he could have, and he regrets not doing that. But no, he played in Berlin, in Germany, right before the Berlin Wall fell,
What?
and his concert was instrumental in that happening. I mean, it was
Wait,
hundreds of thousands
I
of
didn't know about
people
this.
were in that concert.
I did not
It was
know about this.
huge. He played, and that's one of the best parts about Bruce's music is about the social advocacy and the struggles of the common guy and fighting for, it's like he took what he took the torch that Bob Dylan lit, or no, sorry, he took the torch that Woody Guthrie lit, that he passed on to Bob Dylan, that Bob Dylan then passed on to Bruce, that Bruce then turned into a bigger fire than never been seen before, and he turned that into a big movement in other countries and also our own. But like it was a big deal in the late '80s,
Yeah.
like huge, huge, and huge, yeah. Um, Extremely influential artist that captured different things at different points in his career. He started as just a young guy from the Jersey Shore who made like beach music that was about like the e- escaping the confines of your youth and because you're born into your the things that you know to be true and the things that like have been like constant throughout your life, and you want to break free from those things, and you want to go and explore, and you want to go and find a greater you know experience of fun and adventure and rock and roll and sex and all these things that like we all want to go break out of our confines to go and find. That was all like his earlier music. It was very like arguably juvenile in nature, but it captured the experience of the youth. That was his first like 3 albums, probably, was that sort of like idea, and going and finding something better was the idea.
And what was his like big like breakthrough for him after
His,
that?
his big breakthrough was he signed with Columbia Records in 1973 for his first 2 albums. Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey, which is the one of the coolest album names of all time, by the way. It's like that's where he was from. That's where he built his start as a musician.
Yeah, isn't that like the okay one? Or is that like the first like what's that one about?
I-
You've told me before.
Yes, so I think that his debut album is okay. I think there's a couple of songs on there that like aren't gonna stand the test of time, honestly. But there's a lot of great songs on his debut album. There's "Blinded by the Light," "Grown Up," um, "Lost in the Flood," "It's Hard to Be a Saint in the City." Relatively deep cut songs.
We don't know any of these, but
I
you know,
don't know.
you know.
He's- but,
"Growing Up."
if you play it for us later, I'm sure I would know.
Dun, 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 dun. You know "Growing Up."
I'm sure if I heard
Probably.
it, yes, I would.
Yeah, if I played, if I had a guitar in front of me, I'd play it. You would know it,
He
which I don't, and that's for the best. But that's all. And then his second album was, in my opinion, significantly better. That's got Rosalita on it, which you've heard live,
Yes.
and
Which was
also,
Or you're getting there.
yeah, I honestly, I don't think I could vocalize it in front of you.
No, I
You
know
would-
Rosalita.
You know Rosalita, yeah, and there's also Kitty's Back, which you've heard live, which is
Probably. Or yes, but
slightly
I can't
obscure
remember.
song. And then so those were the songs, but then those were his first 2, which he signed to Columbia Records to start with, and those 2 had a high like critical reception, but didn't really make sales the way they were hoping. So his third album was gonna make or break him. It was gonna be the one that was like, oh, this is gonna be a huge success, or we're not gonna sign you again. Guess what that third album was?
Born in the USA.
Born to
Born to
Run.
Run.
Born to Run.
Born to
Born
Run
to
was his
USA
first
comes
album.
after.
Was his third album, and that is his best album,
I
Which-
goddamn, I agree.
which I am choosing as my favorite album of Bruce's. Born to Run. It's 8 songs. It's about 45 minutes long. Not super long as far as albums go.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. It is Thunder Road, 10th Avenue Freeze Out, Night, Backstreets, Born to Run, She's the One, Meeting Across the River, and Jungle Land.
It might just be because I know you. Well, no, it is because I know you. But I know
All of those
those
songs.
from Born to Run. I think I have Born to Run on CD.
You
I
do.
think-
I've seen it.
Yeah, I have Born.
It's in your car, yeah. I'm pretty sure. No shit.
It might be in my room, or it's.
Might
I
be.
do own it. I'm like
Yeah.
90% sure.
That album, and sorry, I've got to get on my soapbox about this because this is extremely important.
That's okay.
That album cover is extremely important.
Yes.
In the 1970s, America was in a point where we're 10 years past the Civil Rights Act. Not
But, like,
super long after.
Not making
Um,
great
No,
progress from
the average American attitude about black people having the same rights as they did was not great for the most part. Bruce chose to have his big breakout album be him leaning on his black saxophone player, Clarence Clemens, who cannot be. His contribution to Bruce's music cannot be overstated in the slightest.
He's like number 2, right?
Number two, what?
Like as in the form of Bruce Springsteen. It's Bruce Springsteen, then it's
It's hard to like rank his band in
or
that sort of
maybe
way,
Steven Van
but maybe in like a purely like visual optics sort of
Zandt.
way.
Yes, he is very important.
Clarence is
Doesn't
the
matter
other
the
important
numbers.
part.
He's very
Yeah,
important.
I mean, the fact that he had a black player in his band, that was a huge deal in the 1970s. Like you picture like any big rock and roll band, Zeppelin, the Stones, they didn't have a black member. Clarence was the black member of the E Street Band.
Yeah.
And he was a huge part of the sound in their shows. I mean, like he made a statement, like because the album Born to Run is about, like regardless of your color or whatever, like about you as a person. It's about like breaking from the confines of your youth and going out, like seeking something better. Like I was saying before, it's about escaping what you've known all of your life and going to try and find something that you haven't experienced yet. It's the perfect experience of a young person. There is no better encapsulation of that feeling, for good or worse, than that album. And he chose to have himself with his black saxophone player on the album cover.
It's pretty cool.
It's iconic.
It is one
mean,
of the most iconic album
It's
covers.
iconic. Yeah.
Unfortunately, in Bruce Springsteen's case, kind of overshadowed by Born in the USA.
Which we'll get to that. Yeah, like his biggest, like, what made him into a global superstar is Born in the USA, which is
But Born
is
to Run
a good album, but it pales in comparison to Born to
Yeah.
Run. I mean,
That really is his magnum opus, would you say?
Born to Run, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's his best album. His second best being Darkness on the Edge of Town, which was the album after that. It was his fourth album.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's Badlands. It's
That's bad.
Adam Raised the King.
I have.
it's Promised Land.
I didn't know that was the name of it. I like
Yeah.
that album. I've listened to that.
That's the album where like he's just like like in a jacket with a white shirt.
Yep, he's just kind of standing there.
Staying there. That's Darkness on the Edge of Town. Which that album's a separate thing, but like I've talked for a long time about Bruce, so I'll finish it with he's a lyricist master in the way that nobody else is able to encapsulate in music in my opinion. Like nobody else captures what he does in such a succinct way that he does, while also having gorgeous instrumentation with all of his band members. Steven Van Zandt, Roy Bittan, Danny Federici, Gary Talent, Max Weinberg on the drums. Holy shit! All these guys that like make such a fully encompassing great album on Born to Run.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous album, gorgeous artist.
You could almost say
I couldn't.
it's fantastic. I say it is.
Well, that's our
Yeah.
top fives.
That's your top fives.
I'm surprised
Very
we didn't say Bob Dylan.
I love Dylan.
I
I love Bob Dylan.
I have never. This is funny. I've never listened to a Bob Dylan song like on my own all the way through, and yet
Wow, you're going to see him this Friday
this Friday
In
I am
concert.
gonna go see Bob Dylan in concert.
because Bob Dylan is coming to Springfield, Mo.
For whatever reason, he's doing that. He won't show
Yeah.
up to the Oscars, but he
Nope.
sure as shit will show up to Springfield,
And-
Missouri.
At Juanita K Performance Center,
Yeah.
just down the street from where we live, which is
Yep.
fantastic.
Which is it's gonna be
Um,
great.
We will be there.
Did you want to go to that? I don't know if you,
I asked him. He said no.
Okay.
I'm not a big Bob Dylan fan, so that's okay.
Hey man, me neither, but I'm still going because it's Bob Dylan.
It's Bob
I was
Dylan.
telling my father about this. I was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go see Bob Dylan." I was like, never really heard any of his music, but this is an opportunity to
Well-
see Bob Dylan.
Grant, here's your homework before Friday. Watch A Complete Unknown.
Do you think you have that movie on your thing?
What?
A Complete Unknown?
I stopped paying for it.
Ah,
I'll
I'll pay.
either buy it or download it for you. I don't care.
I'll
Probably
watch
on
it with
your
you.
Apple TV.
it might be.
I'll check. If not, I will
Well,
pirate that shit and we'll watch it.
No, pirating is illegal. We won't do that.
We won't. Disclaimer for the podcast.
We
We,
won't
we
do
don't
that.
pirate things. It's not what we do.
It's not okay.
But yeah, no. We will fix that before this.
Yes,
Friday.
I will watch that. I'm free. I'm free tomorrow and Wednesday.
Because it's important to see how much of a force that Bob Dylan was in music. Because a lot of people focus on like, oh, he can't sing very good. It's like, oh, you're completely fucking missing the
Well,
point. It's not about
stupid.
yeah.
You're
It's,
surface level.
he comes from a long line of folk musicians with like social advocacy. Like he more or less like helped create the punk movement. I mean, like
Really?
like speaking truth to power and
Yes.
like people
Daniel Kaluuya.
and this is a slight thing that I'll get on a tangent about that people don't understand. Like people hear punk and they think like mohawks and leather and
I
shit.
do.
People don't understand what punk means.
I don't.
Punk isn't about aesthetic. Punk is about fighting oppressive power. It's about, sticking up for the little guy. It's about
Bruce
voicing
Springsteen.
well, Bruce doesn't exactly make punk music, but he has a lot of punk themes
Yes.
about speaking about the struggles of the small guy, about fighting against the man, about fighting for the rights of the common people that don't have the same benefits that the top 1% does. That's what punk is about. It's not about like, wearing Converse and having a mohawk. That's not exactly what punk is.
I do like some NWA. I do like them a lot.
That
That's not sarcasm. I like them
no,
a lot.
that's punk music for sure. It is.
It's hip hop punk, but yeah,
NWA. Don't you mean
It is like punk is not a
NWA.
genre.
NWA. Don't you mean the
I can't say the name.
Don't you mean the WNBA?
No,
Yeah.
NWA.
NWA.
I know what he's making. Here it's like the NBA, but just with women.
Have you heard of the NBA?
Yes.
It's like the WNBA with men.
I don't understand the joke.
We'll
Care
explain.
to
to you later.
explain?
We'll explain to you later. When you're older.
Because- Well, you don't know. You don't watch the NBA. We'll explain it to you when you're older.
I know what the acronym stands for.
National Basketball Association.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, didn't know that.
Anyways, so that was our top 5 music picks, artists, composers,
Yeah.
bands.
That's right.
So yeah, that was our top 5s.
Thank you very much for listening. We
Mhm.
appreciate it.
We'll see you next week.
For the 4 of you that listen on YouTube, comment your favorites artists, top 5. Let's hear it.
Yes, I'm curious actually.
I'm very curious to hear what our listeners care
I'll look at 'em.
what they listen to.
and we'll see you next week. Maybe with a guest, maybe without a guest. We don't know yet.
Maybe with,
So-
maybe without. Everybody give a hand for Grant guest starring. We appreciate him showing up and sharing his tastes with us and giving us good conversation.
Yes,
He really
I
was
love,
drinking more.
I love doing charity work. Absolutely.
He really was drinking more.
No, I did enjoy this. I had fun.
Very fun.
Well, Blakely,
You really should drink more.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Mhm.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. We'll see you next week.
I should have gone to bed like